Oh, it's Sunday. It's Sunday night shenanigans. I'm going to wait 5 seconds because I know now you're viewing commercials for the first time on a live show. Now that you've skipped the commercial and you're here, welcome. It's Sunday night shenanigans. I'm here. You're here. VR's here. We're about to have a fun time. We're going to review the New York Jets' second preseason win. 2 down, 21 to go. Let's run the table. Let's get freaking nuts. It's Sunday night. Shenanigans have begun.
Are you ready?
Who bets on the Jets? Have you not learned anything about betting? The Jets are going to come back. No, they're not. They're never going to come back. They're never going to come back.
Long story short, the Jets are going to the Super Bowl. That's a promise.
Place your bets now, people.
Who do you want to win?
The goddamn Jets.
Hello? You play to win the game.
What's up, buddy?
What is going on? Every time I hear that music, I feel like I'm vibing down the West Side Highway with the top down and just getting mean with the gangster lean.
Nice. I like it. I'm trying to get something going here with the video. So I'm going to kick it to you. I'm going to pop out for a second. I'm trying to get some things uploaded to the StreamYard here. Oh, we got action underway already. What do we got? We're starting early today. New member, Nate. Welcome, Nate.
Let's go.
Nate's missed out on the gifting train. He was in there for a while, and he's like, you know what? I should be a member. So, Nate, welcome. What do we do when that happens? I'll tell you. We're going to do it with me. Awesome. Welcome, Nate. Thank you. You already are a full-fledged member of the Discord.
Brother.
He wanted to keep his membership. You know what? I could add that later. But let's say what's up to everybody.
Yeah, let's
Zach. You're the lucky man. We're the lucky men because you get to hang out with us all the time. So we are lucky to have you here with us. Thank you.
My dude.
Addison, the Discord party recruiter extraordinaire.
My hug buddy.
He's been on a Fortnite streaming party in Discord lately, playing Fortnite and streaming it. He's quite the entertainer.
The administrator of DP.
Nobody can DP better than Addison. That's what the internet is saying. Mark Ferraro is here early. What's up, pal? Sorry you missed it yesterday, but look forward to meeting you at the opener.
My brother.
Boomtown's in the house over the border. And it's only fitting that our brothers from the north comment right next to each other.
Right after each other.
That's it. The only 2 Canadian citizens are watching the show. So thank you. I don't know if anyone else out there. Yeti's in the house.
Yeti. The OG. Let's go.
Just in time to fight with wifey and miss the show. Let wifey win, and then you can catch the show.
Yeah. Gotta let her win.
You're here.
I'm here.
You're here. Yeah. Bobby's left nut, who is formerly known as Jay Quest, who changed his name as a joke on Thursday night, just got gifted today on Jake's show to become a member after months and months of trying.
Months. Absolutely.
By me.
Nice.
I gifted it to him. I gifted 1. It went to him, and now I am the lucky recipient of any item on Jake's show of my choosing, because Jake said whoever gifts Jay Quest gets it. So
it's kismet.
I chose the nice light gray Jake Asman show hoodie.
Oh, nice. I like those.
I'm a hoodie guy. I don't wear jackets. I'm a hoodie guy.
Then you like my hoodie then, huh?
I love it. We talked off air. I love it. I love it. If I could keep white clean, I would do it.
Absolutely.
Robert C's in the house. Hello, sir. New York Jets super fan. Hear ye, hear ye. Attention all the proud New York Jet fan viewers. Jay, a.k.a. Three Siblings, is here and also awake. Everybody say hi to Jay before he snoozes off.
Say hi.
Wild Waves in the house. Rick Kent is here. Rick Kent. West Coast Rick Kent. Rick, my plan is Wednesday after work. I don't have football practice Wednesday. I'm in a golf outing. My plan is Wednesday. I got the car on the road yesterday, so I'm back on the roads here of New Jersey. I don't have to wait for Ubers or ask for rides anymore. God is good. Thank you, Jesus. And Wednesday is the day I can ship out your helmet, and I will message you the tracking number when I do from the UPS store, so you can track that.
Very nice of you.
Yeah. I do things. I help people. People help me.
Full service.
Joe the Jet G was just gifted, I think, last week. Welcome back. You know what? For those of you who are like, what the hell does this membership do? Why do I have this fancy green lettering? Read the bottom. Get in the hottest growing Discord group on the hottest growing YouTube channel right now. That's not my words. That's everyone else's. VR was there. VR heard people saying it yesterday that, oh, you're blowing up. We're blowing up. This is our community. I am just a facilitator to allow all you awesome people to be awesome on Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday night. So thank you to everyone who said the kind words yesterday. It was very appreciated. And we had a couple come up to us when we were sitting together, and they were very, very kind yesterday. I know it's Jake's event, but they recognized us, and then we're saying hello to us too, which was pretty cool. I said it on Jake this week.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
Used to it. Like, to me now, this is like the beginning of it. So people coming up, hey, I know I got to come over and follow your show. You know, I see you come on Jake's show. I love your takes. I was like, oh, thank you. One real sweet old lady, she's like, can I give you a hug? She's like, I just wanted to hug you. I'm like, all right, go ahead. I turn and look at my son. I'm like, he's like, you're so stupid, Dad. And he's right. He's right.
Eat it all up.
Absolutely.
Take it all in.
Here. Field goals for everyone. All we do is kick, no matter what. Got money. And every time the Jets go on the field, referee hands go up. And 3 points go in. 3 go in. 3 points go in. Up. Because we don't score touchdowns with the backups. 3 points on the board. We can never get enough. Sorry.
Understand.
Sorry. If B-Mac is watching, he's going to say, damn it, Nick is singing again. Stop it. Screw you, B-Mac. Stop picking on me.
B-Mac and cheese.
B-Mac. Let's see. Let's do a little speedy round here. I said Yeti. Pum. Nate. Oscar the Grouch is here, everyone. Say hi to Oscar.
My favorite Muppet in the house. Yes, sir.
He's doing good. He's doing God's work over on Instagram.
Oh,
Mess is here. Harlan Abraham. Tom Ace. Tom Ace. Right. Beautiful.
Hey, congratulations, Tom, for winning that beautiful football yesterday.
For those who don't know, ESPN was there yesterday, did a little booth sponsor. And for everyone who was in attendance, and over 21, Nick found that out when he tried to register. He was pissed. I was like, dude, if I win, it's yours. Like, what's the big deal? Yeah, but if we had 2 entrants, excuse me. I go over right around halftime, and I look at the ESPN board. Thank you. I look at the ESPN people. I was like, hey, when are you guys raffling this off? They're like, we did already. I'm like, who won? They're like, oh, we sent them a text. I go, dude, everyone's here drinking. Who won? I'll go around and tell people who won. And they're like, oh, good point. I go, Tom. I'm like, Tom. I'm like, hold on. I go over. I go, Tom. He's at the bar. He's ordering a shot. I'm like, check your fucking phone. He's like, what? I go, check your phone. I go, you won the helmet or the autograph. Oh, shit. He goes over. He won the autograph. So shout out to Tom. Congratulations.
Shout out to Tom.
Good stuff.
Funniest guy in the chat. Always.
He's quite the character. We had fun walking back. Me, him, and Nikki were walking back to to Penn Station at the Garden, and
Nice.
it's fun seeing the streets of New York. It's fun. I forget what it's like.
No
But
other
we
place
walked
like
back
it.
and had some nice scenery and some nice commentary on the road. Good discussion. We took the train back. He got off at the first stop in Secaucus, and yeah, it was a loaded train.
Secaucus.
Secaucus. I see Murdoch is in the house. What's up, Murdoch? Welcome back.
Murdoch. King Murdoch.
Johnny Boy is here.
Nephew.
If you're saying Johnny Boy, you got to say infrared.
Infrared. E-Boogie. Let's go.
I mean, listen, man. I was hitting bombs off the greens yesterday. I had the furthest 2 drives of the day. There's one guy who was in there, would not give up the clubs. Would not give up the clubs. Anytime someone put the club down, he grabbed it. He was hitting again, working on his game. I go up. I'm a little stiff. First one, boom, carried 237, 263 total on the drive. I turn around. I look at him. I'm like, come on, dude. What are we doing here? I got Jake throwing his Jake Asman sponge footballs at me, drilling me in the back as I'm doing it. He's like, he doesn't get rattled. Nikki's watching me. He's like, do you even feel that? I go, dude, it's all about focus in life. Don't worry about anyone trying to distract you. Don't worry about the trolls like Jake trying to bring you down. I'm saying this right in front of Jake. I'm like, you just focus on the end goal, bro. That's all that matters. Was hitting the further shot, did it twice, didn't even realize Jake was throwing things at me. It's quality sponge ball, though. I did feel it. It just you don't let the haters know that they're distracting you.
Yeah, just after effects of the sponge ball. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
Don't let it get to you.
Exactly. And what's up to everyone else? Oh, thanks, Tom. Nick gives great hugs. I try. I'm a lover, not a fighter, as we found out yesterday. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Jet it out with a super chat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Says, so excited. They finally put the authentic green jerseys on sale. Who should I get? I'm thinking Brees. All right. Here's my thought process. I love the way the 2-0 in the white looks on the green jersey. I, however, I'm not a jersey buyer. So I am a little worried about Brees getting the long-term deal with the running back position and the way the running back position works. So I would be hesitant there. I never want to jinx and buy, like my kid wants the jerseys of the 22 class, right? He's got the Wilson. He's got the Sauce. He's going to get a Brees for his birthday next month. If he's watching, he knows cat's out of the bag. You asked for it. Like I wasn't going to get it. Deal with it, son. Happy birthday a month early. I like the Quinnen. I like the 9 and the 5. It's wide numbers. I like the wider numbers on the green jersey. I think they look better. That's me. What's your thoughts? And thank you again for the super chat. Let's hit one of these real fast. What's your thoughts? If you're getting a green jersey, who are you getting, VR?
I actually have the green 2-0 Brees Hall in green and white. So that one from Parts Unknown. It looks good. I like it. I like the 2 numbers. The 2 and the 0 is really something that appeals to me because my number in high school was 25. So that number is a really nice number to look at. I also like 5. I like if you're gonna get a green and white, 5 stands apart from. I mean, and I'm saying that from experience, seeing Donovan McNabb with number 5 with the Eagles, and how that looked. It looked really sharp. So I have the Garrett Wilson black 5. I'm looking to get the green 1 and 5 as well.
Johnny Boy coming in saying he wants a CJ 57. Nathaniel Stiggers, new family member of the Stiggers family, saying he wants the number 37. Yeah. He's fully adopted now. Shout out to John, who we were hanging out with yesterday. He showed up to Alden Shoes early. Fun walking the streets of New York, especially when you see Marilyn with a suitcase in front of a store on the way to Alden. It's very
beautiful
good point.
Thing.
Very
beautiful
good point. Very good point, John. Pleasure meeting you yesterday and hanging out with you.
Absolutely. Great to meet you, John.
Yeah, I agree about the white line. Nice. You know what? My son's got the white Legacy Sauce Gardner. He's got the white Legacy Jermaine Johnson hanging on his wall that we got autographed at the Washington game in December. And now I had to get him another Jermaine. So I guess maybe for me, seeing all the ones, it makes me not appreciate the jersey numbers as much. But then when I see Brees, I see Quinnen in the green with the white popping, I think it's a better look with the wider numbers. Nothing against the players, just visually, I think it stands out and is a better it's a better look in my opinion. But nothing against the other players.
Very throwback, and I love
here we go.
the throwback.
Get it out, agree with you.
Yeah.
Get it out, agree with you.
Nice. Yeah, I have the black sauce too. I love that one.
And thank you for the super chat.
Absolutely.
Nice. I wanted to have a little thing to do whenever we get a super chat or a membership popping in. Hi, Clancy. No, Clancy, because you waited for me to leave to go in last night, sitting outside.
My dude.
Not my dude. Not my dude, obviously. I left with 5 minutes left in the game. This guy's like fucking Hollywood, Jack Nicholson in the 80s, showing up late. Like,
Fashionably late.
Started. I thought the game started at 10. I'm on West and I'm Jack Nicholson. Fucking showing up late. No, I couldn't get a hello yesterday. You're lucky I gave you your hello tonight, you big jerky head. What's up, Vino? Haven't seen Vino in a minute.
Nice.
I want the Asman Shine jersey of the two-headed monster I saw yesterday. Nice. Oh, let's do me a favor. You've been in New York for the weekend. I'm gonna dip out. I'm trying to get something uploaded here, and you know that I'm ADHD. I can't focus. I'm gonna talk and read the chat. I can't get it in. I can't get it in. That's what you just said. Sure.
Yeah, that's what she said.
That's what you said. I heard it. They all heard it, bro. They heard it. I see Daniel Murphy just popped in. What's up? And everyone else here. Welcome.
Brother. Well, let's go.
Well, so go ahead. Recap your day yesterday. If you have anything from Alden, pull that up and we'll get that up first. And then we'll get over to the event. I should be back in by then. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the born and bred New Yorker, who's now the snowbird, who's down in Florida and back up as a New Yorker for the weekend. Give everyone a little update on your day.
So, the day was great. Started off with me walking the Brooklyn Bridge, and as you may well know, Jake Asman had an event at T Squared down in Times Square, and it was a grand old time. But leading up to that, I had a full day of walking in the city. And so what I do when I come up from Florida is I go through the gauntlet of the city. I start off at the Brooklyn side of the Brooklyn Bridge and I walk over. What I've been doing is I've been streaming it. So that is something that I do on a quarterly basis when I come up to New York City. And yes, Saturday was just a absolute beautiful day, and want to talk about the pregame show before the T Squared event, Jake Asman event, which was at none other than Mr. Bonesy's place of employment and ownership, Alden Shoes. So what I'm going to do is kind of show and present a little bit of some of that action. Oh, maybe I can't control that side of the action. You would need to do that for me. You're muted.
Oh, I was playing the video. You just click on the picture you want to start with, and I'll add it.
I wanted to start with the picture of Marilyn and our special guest.
All right. You're on Discord. Scroll up on your Discord tab, remember?
Yep.
Get it.
Hold on. Let's go up a little here.
Yeah, get out of the Google Photos. There you go.
All right. Let's start with you.
Look at me. Look at her. Look at us. Look at us.
She
was fun. She was good. So she comes in, and for those of you that don't know, Rat Diddy ordered this for Bonesy without even knowing that I sing like Marilyn Monroe on the channel. And me and him spoke last week, and I was like, you know that I do that? And he's like, wait, what? I was like, yeah. He goes, son of a bitch. He goes, I could have saved a bunch of money and just got you a dress. I go, I totally would have done it too. So when she comes in, Bonesy's talking to her in the front, and Bonesy says to her, well, who got this? And she's in full Marilyn character, and she goes like this, and the way that like she's trying to do like all the Marilyn gestures, like, you know, and the Marilyn shtick. It was my favorite part of the day up until that moment. Like when she does, it's like, it was so good. It was so good. It was fantastic. It was so good. And there's Bonesy.
And he is surprised. He did not know that this was going to be happening to him. Rat Diddy is a legend for doing this. He couldn't make it to the event, but he also wanted to treat Mr. Bonesy because Mr. Bonesy had celebrated his birthday last week. And he wanted to surprise him with this particular situation that happened. And it was absolutely incredible. She was a great sport. She pretty much did, you know, anything we asked of her to do.
No Diddy. No Diddy.
No Diddy. No Diddy.
No Diddy. and Tom is right. She never broke character. She laughed because you had a room full of idiots, right? You had Bonesy, me, Tom Ace, you, Jake, others. We're being ourselves. And she's reacting as Marilyn. She wasn't reacting as the individual. She never broke Marilyn character. From the minute she walked in the door to the minute she walked out, she was absolutely in character the entire time. And she had plenty of reasons to break. It was a very, very funny, entertaining 20, 25 minutes she was there, right? And she was first class. Very good impersonator. If you were on Instagram, I'll give her a plug because how great she was. Her name, search Modern Marilyn. Modern Marilyn. She's on Instagram, and her concept is doing the Marilyn Monroe character in the modern world. So it was.
She's also
very,
an actress.
Very well done.
And you know, you should be very, very proud. You know, no pun intended, because she was actually interested in your singing. I mean, when you said, "Well, I normally do this bit and I do it," you know, I'm known for it. Her eyes lit up and she came out and was like, "Oh, are you going to do it now?"
She said, "I would love to see it." Word for word, I would love to see it. No, Diddy, but she said, "I would love to see it."
Absolutely.
And you know, this is my first performance in person. This was my first. Usually, I call my buddy on the phone. Here at the show, it's been on air. This is my first in-person time. You ready? You got it?
The video, you have that one uploaded.
I think I sent it to you, didn't I?
I don't know. Hold on. Let me check.
No. All right, hold on.
No, not that one. You sent me the.
I'm gonna save it. I will Sorry, guys. I'm all over the place today. I had the boy. We went to my mom's. All right. It's the newest video. It should be popping in a second. Now, I apologize. You have it on your phone. You have your angle on the phone.
Yes, I have my angle. Yes.
Send your angle to me in here too, and then we can play both.
The one that I have in terms of my angle. Do you want me to play this one while I'm doing that?
Yeah, we'll play this.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the first ever in-person live performance of Happy Birthday, the Nick Shine Marilyn Monroe version. And I would rather have nobody in the world that popped my cherry than Mr. Bonesy. Enjoy. Make sure your volume's all the way up.
Okay. Make sure this is up too. All right, you ready?
Yep. And then enlarge that, sir.
There we go.
Look to my eyes.
It's recorded.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Mr. Bonesy. Happy birthday to you.
Very brave, very bold.
So even after watching that, she's still in character giving a Maryland review.
Absolutely.
It was a pleasure.
Legendary status right there.
It was a good time. It's well deserved. Shout out to Joe and Mr. Bonesy. Very cordial hosts for the hour and a half we were there. I mean, we were there by 4:30, and we were hanging out in the store till 6, and then that's the whole squad that was there for it. If you click in the description of my show, you will see in the show here, you will see I have the links for all the social medias, the Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. They're all posted, so you can get a better view of them there. I know Jake has them. I know VR has them posted. So, yeah, check it out. It was fun. All right, let's rip through a couple of pictures. After Marilyn left, we hung around, we talked a little bit, and then we headed over to
T Squared.
T Squared, and it was just one name after the other coming in. It was a very good time. Here we have Barney, Mr. Manhattan.
Mr. Manhattan in the house.
We got Beth Page Chris, right?
That's Beth. Yep.
Beth Page Chris came out. I couldn't say goodbye to him because he had barbecue wings. He was loving his life. I had to give him the little wave goodbye. I was like, dude, don't even bother wiping your hands off. Enjoy. I don't want to break up somebody in the middle of eating wings. I'm not that type of guy. We got Bill.
Bill Emily. Yep.
Bill Emily. Bill was nice. Bill was right over by Nikki. They were talking for a little bit, I saw. Very nice gentleman. The man himself, Blitz BK. And then you saw Bonesy with Marilyn. So really, really fun time, man. Very, very well done day. The space was perfect for what we wanted to do. Joe Bonesy in the background with VR and Bonesy. Bonesy's still tenting. We got Jake and Carly. Carly's cookies were phenomenal. She made a little green and white cookies, and they were fantastic. She looked at me at the end. She's like, "Did you have one of the cookies?" I go, "I didn't. I will before I went." And then Nikki had one. His face lit up. He's like, "These are good."
Were they really good? I didn't get a chance to get one, but I'll take your word for it. I'll take your son's word.
To Carly's credit, she's like, "These aren't my best cookies." I go, "Well, it's tough to make 175 of your best cookies. You got to go with what's easy to put together, you know, and get it done. She's like, absolutely. So, but it was still very good. It was very, very good. It was enjoyable.
There's your best friend.
I don't know. I don't even want to talk about this picture. Next.
That's my boy Clancy in the house. Come on, dude.
He's happy because VR just told him Nick just left.
He's accompanied by Sco there.
Yes. Oh, he was there early too. He was with us at Alden.
Yep. Hold on. Let me come up over here.
Phenom, the man, the myth, the legend himself.
And Dre.
Phenom and Mrs. Phenom were outstanding.
Absolutely. Great people. Definitely.
I gotta look. I'm looking for something.
There's my man Lee Van in the house. Me with Marilyn. Showed that one. Bring it around.
Dre needs to bottle up his energy and sell it.
Oh yeah, he is.
I have never seen. He joined us over at Alden, and that man was just walking down the streets of New York like he owned them. We walked a block and a half, and I mean, the energy, the charisma that he's got. I mean, I consider myself to be charismatic. I consider myself to be someone who can work a crowd, right? I look at Trey like, this motherfucker guy. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I can't
look to Trey. Trey is a man of the people. Like, there's people that you hear that about, but I witnessed it firsthand yesterday. Shout out to him. Shout out to the big fella who's celebrating his 3 months as a shiner. Not an Asmaniac, as he called it in the Discord the other day. A shiner. He's getting his memberships confused. That's fine. No worries, big fella. We always appreciate the support. And if I ever have any of the shiners being confused for Asmaniacs, I take that as a compliment. So
he's an honorary primo.
He's an honorary me, and we'll get into that right after this. Shiner Fortnite is on fire. Wish I could have made it last night. It would have been awesome to make the drunk guy who confused us trip out. And let's get into that. You and me were sitting there talking, right? And I forget who it was. Do you remember the name of the guy who came up to us or no? I don't.
I don't either.
Okay. So you and I are sitting there talking, and he comes up and he's like, hey, VR, how are you? And he's like, hey, big fella. And I chuckled thinking he's in on the joke from Bobby's show when I did the whole big fella look. And I was like, oh, no, I'm a big fella. I'm not the big fella. He goes, no. You're the big fella. Oh, no, I'm not. And he's like, no, I see you on Jake's show all the time. I go, yeah. I was on Jake's show this morning. I co-hosted with him. I'm Nick, proud New York Jet. Oh, yeah, you're a Jet fan. Yeah, you're the big fella. Sipping his beer, not worried about. And ears were like this. Big fella. You're the big fella. They didn't listen to a word. And me and you just kind of look at each other. I'm the big fella. You're right. I gave in. I submitted. I'm like, I'm the big fella. He walks away from the table and turns, and me and you look at one another like he did not want to give it up. He wouldn't listen. Before I even finished that sentence, he's back up in my face and goes, oh, shit, you're Nick Shine. We're like, yes.
What made you change your mind?
We saw the light bulb go off, and there was a bright light. It was like the bat signal went off. He walked back over to us. It was like, you're Nick Shine. And I'm like, now you got it. Yes. It was so, I'm glad you were there to witness that. If I told you that story and you weren't sitting right next to me, you would be like, he's making this shit up. He's embellishing this. There's no way that happened. But you saw it firsthand, dude.
I thought he was joking. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was a routine. I thought it was like, who's on first? Oh, third base, like it was a routine. No, he was dead serious, walked away completely and came back.
It's when people I've been drunk many times in my life. Someone says something to you, but you're so focused on what you're saying that sometimes it doesn't click in your head until like seconds later. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I did hear words. And then they get processed. And it was so funny to watch them come back over. And I was fully committed. Like I was ready to go like threaten to beat him up and just have him go on Jake's show this morning. But I can't believe the big fella threatened me. Like I was gonna do awful shit as the big fella and get away with it and be like, Nick Shine's a saint, but the big fella, that guy's an asshole.
I mean, you guys are like separated at birth, you know. It's like
Bonesy said that was me.
Oh, too funny.
Oh, it was good. It was good. Like I said, man, if you weren't next to me for that, you would be like, there's no way this went like this. But did I embellish that story at all, VR?
Absolutely not. I mean, that is exactly.
You even tried.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is Nick. And he was just like, big fella. Like, they didn't want to look at you like, you're the big fella. You're the big fella. Oh, he dropped out. Hopefully everything's all right. I know there's storms rolling through here. Hopefully his internet didn't drop. Oh, that sucks because he's got, everything dropped on his end. Yes. Yep. Point. Facts, John. Facts. What an advantage being the only one of the only ones. Yes. All right, there we go. Daddy's back.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right. That's right. You have to reshare the other screen. That dropped as well when your connection dropped.
Yeah, my connection.
I know we had some storms roll through here, so I figured they're up maybe by you by now.
Yeah, and I'm not at home, so the connection's a little bit different, but I am sharing. Hold on. There we go. And all right.
Now you're in New York, concrete jungle where internet's iffy.
Very iffy.
There we go.
Look at those handsome men right there.
Look at that. I'm going to say the best two dressed there. My son tied with me with the shirt, but I think my shorts put me over the top with Nick's basketball shorts. I think my shorts put my outfit over the top. And
I just want to say that that picture of me and the big fella is like perfect. Like I said,
I didn't even see him come in. Guy's a dick. You didn't even say hello to me. So big fella, total jerk, very rude, steals my look, doesn't even say hello. He made somebody's night there, obviously, too. Oh, what's he say? Pride nature things. I bet if people saw us together, they would not make that mistake. You are way more. Wow. All right. No more big fella jokes. He's on the good side now. All right, big fella. Now you're making me feel bad because if you're saying you're not handsome and people are saying that I look like you, now is that a hidden insult you're trying to say?
Let me just put it this way. I've seen both of you, and you're both very handsome men. No diddy.
Nice.
There you go.
No diddy.
No diddy.
That's how we have to do the Maryland rat diddy into no diddy. This was the center of the party. Like there was groups on the side. This was the main group that was right dead center in front of the big screen, and this was where it was popping. This is where the conversation was live, and I had a great time. This was right in front of my table, Nick's to the right, and this was dead center right in front of that big screen because we got there, and I'm like, all right, Nick's going to be sitting down. Let's take this table right here so you got the big screen in front of you and you're happy. And that just seemed to be the place where everyone was congregating, was right.
Everybody, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
so
that's where all the cheers happened there. Everybody was just congregating there. I mean, they would go away, but always come back to that spot. And that's where we were at. The place to be. Let's bring this. Share some of
Snowball. What is this? You all right, pal? If you don't want to say in the chat, shoot me a message. I will not say it on air if you don't want to. So I just want to reveal the guy who came up to me thinking I was the big fella who was intoxicated and would not agree that I was Nick Shine. He just kept saying I was the big fella. was actually this guy called Jake Asman. I don't know if you saw him there yesterday. Jake was like, "You're the big fella." I'm like, "I'm not the big fella." I was like, "I was on with you this morning. I'm Nick." He's like, "No, you're the big fella." I'm like, "No, Jake, it's me. We talked. We've hung out." There's young Nicky with Marilyn Monroe. His grandmothers, both of them today, saw this. All right, Snowball. I'm glad to hear you're all right.
Yes, Snowball. Had a show early this morning. If you haven't checked Jets Worldwide, he had episode 3. It was a blast with all the content creators. It's a great show. So quick plug for that. If you haven't seen it, go check it out.
And of course, I have to do the Jake introduction now that Jake's here, right? Ladies and gentlemen, in the chat tonight, Jake Asman. Jake Asman, one of the greats. One of the greats.
Absolutely.
Jake introducing Marilyn Monroe. Like, ladies and gentlemen, Marilyn Monroe, one of the greats.
One of the greats. Oh, what about that? What about the guy? What about the guy off the street that came in and was like, "Oh, quick facts."
Lexington and 51st. So very good memory. Thank you. We're in Alden, and it's a storefront. So people are walking by. Women are looking at themselves in the mirror reflection. We were laughing at that. And this guy walks by, and it's starting to rain a little heavy. And he looks in the store, and he sees Marilyn. He's an older gentleman. And he comes in. He's like, "I just want to let you guys know, when that happened, that famous picture of her was over on Lexington and 51st.
51st.
And we're like, "Oh shit!" Like we're here. We are now with a Marilyn impersonator, with some random guy walking in the store, giving us a Marilyn history lesson. And when he leaves, you know me, I make a joke. I go, "He could have made that address up. We don't fucking know." But he said it with such confidence. We believed it. No one challenged him. No one said, "No, it wasn't. You're wrong."
The best part of that, Nick, was when Jake did the clap and said, "Oh, random guy off the street."
Right. One of the greats. That was me before wardrobe change. I did. This is why we host together, because we both unplanned did wardrobe changes before going over to the event. Such a fun time, such a fun time. And listen, I'm gonna go on a little tangent here for a second. You know, it's probably it is since I got sober, besides going to a game, the first time I've gone out, like not like close to home, a couple friends. Like I'm going out. Like, let's be real. I could do whatever I want. I could be whoever I want. And the fact that I went out, had a blast, sober, didn't drink, didn't want to drink, just had fun with great people. You know, it's one of those milestone moments where, like, you know, dude, I went out into New York City where anything can happen, and you know, not even contemplating going off the path. So I hit a personal milestone yesterday. So I'm very grateful for Jake, you, and everybody who was there to help me feel comfortable in my own skin. Because even though a lot of people shaking hands or hugging and meeting in person for the first time, I felt like I was with family. And I really, honestly, truly mean that. Like, I felt like I was at a family event with, like, you know, just a comfort level being around everybody. People I don't even know who watch my show, who've seen me just on Jake, have come over and saying, "I know I have, you know, I get up early. It's tough for me to watch a show at night, but I'm supporting you when you're on." Just tremendous, tremendous atmosphere, and happy to put that little milestone in the past to know that it's doable. And like, you know, that absolutely. Like, you know, you got 13 years.
Absolutely.
You know, when you first starting to get back out into the world, that's where people stumble, right? Like, you live a sheltered life. I was on crutches all that summer. I didn't go anywhere. I was in the basement every day. So like getting out into the world again and knowing like, yo, I'm good. Man, what a fucking great feeling.
Yeah. I mean, I would say probably like the first couple of years for me, in my personal truth and experience, I had to avoid bars. I had to avoid, you know, situations like the Super Bowl parties, which I hated because I enjoyed that whole scene, you know.
Super Bowl party would start Thursday night when I got paid.
Yeah. I had to avoid that. I had to avoid the, you know, those environments that
Yeah.
had people drinking around it until I could get comfortable with my own, my own self and my own skin, and to say, okay, I can enjoy this without drinking. And I think that's, kind of some of the milestone that you hit. That's awesome. I mean, like,
Yeah.
so
And you know what? I avoid things. I've been invited places with friends since high school, and I've avoided it. There is a level of love, comfort, and safety with this community. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't say that. I know I'm going out with you. I'm going out with Bonesy. Jake wanted me to drink yesterday on a show. We got past that though. But I know there's a level of comfort, and I know that I got people around me who care. Where if I were to go and sneak over to the bar, one of you guys are gonna pop up like, "What the fuck you doing?"
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean? Like, I know that I'm loved, and I know that if I were to stray, people aren't going to allow it. So it's
Right.
Thank you to all you guys for being and gals for being who you are and helping me to be me. And as Jake says here, you made the night much better with your greatness on full display. I will, as outgoing and outrageous as I am, when I don't feel safe, I sit in the corner and I'm quiet and I'm shy and I won't get up. And I know people are saying, "You shy?" But I'll be afraid to be me because I don't feel comfortable. I didn't have that feeling once yesterday. Not once. The
Awesome.
minute I walked in Alden and saw everybody, it was just like, all right, this is where I'm supposed to. It's where I'm meant to be in the universe right now. And that might sound corny to people, but I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Good things are happening left and right. And I owe it all to you guys, which I've said many times before. Your commitment, your showing up to the show makes me want to be better, and I don't ever want to disappoint you guys. So I just wanted to get that in because yesterday was big for that reason. But thank you, Jake. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for everyone for all the kind words in the chat. I do see them and I appreciate them. I did. Here we go. Thank you, John. Way to get me back on track. I did try to show Marilyn. I did.
Speaking of which,
and she played
how about the video of you trying on some shoes?
You got it?
I think so. Hold on.
All right. Yeah, I think it's the first video we sent.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yes, you got to scroll up. I think it's the first one there.
Yeah, this one right here. Let me
Yes, I did, Bonesy. See, this is why I love you guys, because I forget the jokes that I make. And then I said I would have to charge her to see the 9 toes. I did say that to her, but she was a champ. Here we go. If you have this on your TV, we got to do a disclaimer, right?
Yes.
The toe nub does come out. So disclaimer, wee. If you do, but when you're watching this, my best advice is watch Joe Bonesy's face, because I purchased a pair of Alden shoes yesterday. Shout out to the Bonesies and Alden. Appreciate you guys. You guys are the best. Great service, great environment, great people. I was happy to help them out. Now, I didn't know if Joe knew about. I know Joe pops in here every once in a while. I didn't know if Joe knew that the left big toe was gone. So I said to VR and I said to Bonesy, I'm gonna have him measure me for a shoe, and just make sure you're recording when he does it. And here we go. Again, disclaimer: if you're do not want to see, turn away.
No, leave it on me.
No, it's good.
I knew that happened.
I thought you liked jumper songs.
Start that over. Start that over. And we got to watch his head. He looks down at the foot and just, without saying a word, looks up at me. And it is absolutely a great moment.
I knew that happened.
I thought you liked jumper songs.
He played that too
He just looked up at me like
He played that too good.
Oh, is that what you wanted to do? No, I knew that happened. I like the sock on because
So
I measure
good.
people without socks.
So good. He played it off like an absolute Rick. He even told me He's seen so much worse. He's like, don't worry about it. He's like, I knew it happened. He's like, and he was a true professional. He's like,
He was
like
professional.
He goes, I like to make sure the sock is on because it'll fit better. And he's going into like your spiel. I'm like, John, I'm fucking. I'm sorry. I didn't know if you knew. He goes, oh, I knew. But he was probably in his head like, this motherfucker. Very
That
good.
was
Joe
very
was a champ,
funny.
and he laughed it off.
He
was not
so
upset at all.
professional. Absolutely.
Very. Nate, no shot. Hey, I see Carly's here. What's up, Carly? Great job yesterday with helping and coordinating. And
I missed the cookies. I'm sorry. I have to try something next time you do something. I heard the cookies were really good. So
I did offer Carly. I was going to charge her for golf lessons, but now I think it just might be you make a batch of cookies and I'll help you with your golf swing.
That good. Yeah. See, and I missed that.
Yeah,
I
can't charge you for it. I'll bring extra insulin, and that's worth it. So, great time. So we're at the event, and the game's about to start. Now, for those of you that don't know, Jake and I had an agreement at the green and white scrimmage, even though it was 175 degrees that day. We said that if the first offense scores, he'll get on my shoulders. We'll do a chant. We'll get the crowd going, you know. First offense never scored that day. Tyrod Taylor threw it to Brownlee. That was the touchdown. We both kind of looked at each other like, ah. And but now yesterday, the game, I'm like, right before the game, we're like, yeah. He's like, right before kickoff, we'll do it. So you have that video queued up. It should be down the bottom of what I sent you. Oh, Carly, your form is good. We just got to work on club speed. We got to get you more confident and comfortable with your swing. But the stance, the grip, the form is very good, and we can definitely get your golf game elevated very quickly. So if a Jet game is starting, there's only one way you know a Jet game is starting, VR, and that's with a Jet chant.
I'm going to put it full screen, but it's going to cut off his head.
Oh, hold on. Let me do this for full. Nope. I wanted to. All right, hold on. I'm new with this. Can I do this? Can I do so? I can't do solo layout with the share. All right. Here we go. Fire it up.
All right.
Let's go!
Awesome. And the shorts are so good. Now I do have to say, Oscar, it was Jake's first time going up. I give a guarantee that once you're up there, the problem's getting someone up, right? Like, I'm older now. I had ACL surgery last year. Once he's up, you're safe. These shoulders are broad. I'll do maneuvering with you. As long as you keep your legs locked down and you don't fly out, and I'll hold the shins in place, you're not going anywhere. You'll move, you'll shift around, but you'll be fine. You will
and
fine.
Nick signed off on the 12 lawyers came in and he signed off on the insurance agreements and disclaimers so that if Jake dropped on the floor, I mean, there would definitely be suits in place.
There's no dropping.
He was covered.
My knee could have torn and I would have kept him up in the air. I got to protect the goods. And Tom is 100% right. Carly was sniping at the hockey, the simulator. We almost missed a goddamn train because Tom took like 20 shots and missed all 20. Carly gets up there, snaps the wrist with the hockey, misses the first one by this much, drills the second one. I go, let's go, Tom. We got to catch a train. Let's go. But Carly, very, very impressive with the hockey stick. To Boom and
Nice.
Hank, our resident Canadians, you guys would be very, very impressed.
Nice, nice.
Yeah. It was an honor to have you up there, sir. It was an honor to have the Jet YouTuber on my shoulders. And I'm not going to lie, very impressive what I felt on the back of the neck. Thumbs up to you, pal. Thumbs up to you. Congratulations. Congratulations, Jake. Very, very impressive. Very impressive. I had Bonesy. Hey, listen, if my Discord's going to be called the DP, I had Bonesy down there. I had Jake up here all within an hour of one another. So Bonesy and Jake have been the stars of the Shine DP. There you go.
DP can mean so many things.
That's it. That's it. Hey, man, great time, great people. And I'll say it again. If there's ever a group of people that deserve a fucking title, it's us.
Oh,
It's us. We absolutely deserve to know what it feels like to be champions. The fact that we had 200 people together for a preseason game without starters playing in the middle of August, when people are on vacation and we're like, no, fuck that. We're going to New York. We're getting together. We're going to T Squared and we're partying on a Saturday night for a preseason game. I said on Jake's this morning, like we were so excited just to be there that Aaron Rodgers chant broke out when he went on the fucking sideline to do an interview. That's how wired and fired up we were to be fired up. We were looking for anything to the fuse was lit. We were just waiting for something. And
we were chanting with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. That's what we were doing.
Oh, that's because Clancy showed up. That jerk. Clancy brought the energy. I didn't bring it in. All right, fine. Show me up. Fine. In a unrelated note, on Thursday, I will be holding auditions for the new Sunday Shenanigans co-host. Okay? Just want to put that out there now.
And Clancy will apply. So
Carly brings up something. Carly's friends came, and Carly, great host, great hostess, walked around and introduced. I was one of the people she chose to introduce her friends to. I was honored. And she comes over like, this is Nick, and, introduced me to her friends.
Mm-hmm.
And, me being me, I will say this because I know her friends aren't watching. But I did say to Carly later on, I go, Carly, which one of your friends is most likely to get intoxicated and hook up with an older guy? And she goes, oh, I don't know. And I go, all right, I'll let you know in a little bit. But they were awesome. They were fun. They were very nice. We had a picture. Do we have that picture? The group one with, did I send that to you or no?
Let me check.
It's Jake, Carly, her friends, and then like me, Bonesy, Tom in the background. I don't know if I sent that to you. I think Carly sent it to me, and I don't know.
No. That would be a no.
No? All right. Incoming now. I don't know if I saved it. Maybe I didn't save it. All right. I'll get that to you in a bit.
All right.
But yeah, it was oh man. I'll be honest.
Oh no.
There weren't many people who were saying like a lot of people were saying they had a I'll say the word. I'll say negative, experience. Like, V-Man was not a people person yesterday. He was very, very kind with Jake, but like anyone else who went over to talk to V-Man was just like he wasn't interested in talking to I went over and he was yelling at me like in seconds. And went on a rant, and I was like, all right, man, you get home safe, pal. Have a good night. So V-Man was in his corner, and a couple of people were like, man, he just was locked in and standing in that corner and
throw the picture up. Throw the picture up. That was him coming in.
Yeah,
And,
he walked in, he got the huge ovation, and then he
got the ovation.
He was pounding pints after that.
Yeah, and I mean, he was holding court over in that little corner over there, but you know, he was doing his thing. He had his wings, and he was just chilling. You know, he was doing his thing. I think he was a little shy. You know, sometimes, you know, the difference between being a on YouTube celebrity,
yeah,
and then coming in person, and then all these people are just gravitating towards you because they know you. I mean, we had 200 people there, so you're talking about they're chanting for you, and you're not used to that.
You're right,
so,
Bonesy. You're right, VR. Bonesy's right, but I got attacked for going over on a rant I can never repeat on air, and I was like, whoa, totally caught me off guard.
I think he has some beef with the big fella, so you know, like maybe that was the.
Yeah, big fella. Thanks, big fella. It was a very interesting encounter, and I'm not saying it as a negative. I'm just like, did not see that coming. Did not.
About this guy.
Oh, Rob had fun. Rob had a good time.
For all those who don't know, that's Rob the Jet fan, fellow Asmaniac, calls in on the show all the time, comes to events, part of the familia that was out there in Vegas.
You know what?
He did have a good time.
Point. You take down the biggest man in the yard right away to get respect. Maybe that's what his approach was.
That's the truth. That is the truth. All right.
Awesome time. Awesome people. Everywhere. That was an absolute blast last night, man. Jake, very well done.
Absolutely.
Very well done. I know Jake's talking about doing Monday night. I don't know if I can do Monday night. We're getting home at back to Jersey by 2 a.m, catching that late last train out of there. If that game goes to midnight, that's gonna be a rough commute home, but I would definitely recommend it for those of you who are debating going. If Jake does another event, I highly recommend it. The environment is fantastic. The crowd was amazing. The water was first class. I enjoyed it greatly, and it's worth
the
it.
attention. The attention that the people coming around, they made sure that
service was good.
Took your orders, the service, like drinks, food, all of that stuff was.
They were on top
there. Of Absolutely,
they were on top. So that was once we got that pint or that pitcher, whatever you want to call the vase type shape of water. Every time that was down, they brought out a new one, new glasses. Dre comes up to me, and we're not even in there for 5. We all walked over together. Dre goes up to the bar. I'm getting Nick situated at the table. We're looking at the menu. He comes over and hands me a glass, which is the glasses that they use for mixed drinks, right?
Right.
And he goes, "Here, I got you a double." And I go, "Oh," I'm like, "I don't drink." He goes, "I know, it's water. Here."
Water.
And Nikki looks at me and goes, "You want me to check it?" So shout out to Dre for kicking off the party and getting me a double water. It was appreciated.
That's the primo right there. Absolutely.
Yeah, Nate, the games, everything. And when you're playing the games, you could see the booths had views of the TVs. The food was good.
Yeah, TVs everywhere. I mean, you can't turn around and not hit a TV somewhere up in the sky. It was just
private bathrooms. There's 8 private individual bathrooms, unisex bathrooms. So there's a urinal and a toilet in each bathroom. You don't have to worry about sharing the area with others. So Carly was right that she's 100% right with her review of the toiletries.
And the place itself was very misleading. Like you look at it from outside, and it doesn't look as big as it is when you walk in.
There's that wall right next door, and you don't see the size of the place.
Exactly. It's humongous. It's really big. So
and then they had that other private room to the left in the front where that other party was. So there's areas, if you don't have the massive party, you can have a little side area. But yeah, I already said to my my brother-in-law that for Nick's birthday that weekend, maybe we take my nephew and maybe we go up and try to stop in there for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I thought it was fun. I thought Jake did really good with getting it.
Absolutely. Jake is the man.
Yeah, that was good. And unfortunately, we didn't get any touchdowns, so they couldn't get the discounted shot. But I don't think that stopped anybody. I saw a lot of group shots going on. So they
well, the place itself, T Squared, was actually coming around and giving free shots if you like signed up for their T Squared website. I think they did another free shot of rounds for if you gave them a 5-star review, that kind of thing. So I mean, they were giving free shots throughout the night too. So I mean, even if the Jets didn't score a touchdown, T Square didn't let us down. So that was cool.
It was 5 stars. If I reviewed things, which I
yeah,
I would give 5 stars. This is my 5-star review on there. So I definitely think if you got a group and you're going out in New York and there's a game on or games, college football Saturday, I think it's a fun place to go and hit.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, great seeing everybody. The crowd was tremendous. The crowd was absolutely tremendous. I think we all knew at a certain point we probably weren't going to score a touchdown with the backups. So the energy over first downs, the energy over tackles was regular season energy, because we had all this built up energy for wanting to explode. And listen, let's get into the football side of it. There will be a lot of people saying you were wrong about Hackett's offense. And I'm going to say that now before Rodgers even plays, because the touchdown pass that the running back dropped by the pylon, Breece Hall's not dropping that. The receiver in the back of the end zone who bobbled it dropped that one. Newsflash, Garrett Wilson's not dropping that. The play to the corner, which was the timing was off, but Kuntz was wide open. They're not going to miss that to Conklin or Ruckert. Rodgers is going to get the ball there on time. They threw one to Brownlee that was a little bit off. Rodgers to Mike Williams is going to hit. We're going to score because our offense is going to be so good. So this offense already looks better than last year in the regular season with Boyle, with Zach, with Simeon, and who was the fourth? Zach, Boyle, Simeon, and who's the fourth quarterback? Help me, chat. Who was the fourth quarterback last year?
Who was the
Zach, Boyle, Simeon, and then there was one other. Didn't we start 4 last year? I'm drawing a blank. I mean, anyone.
Aaron Rodgers was the fourth quarterback.
Yeah, right. Okay. Yeah. I thought we had a fourth after that. All right. I guess it was just Rodgers. Rodgers was the fourth starter. All right. I stand corrected. So, yeah, that was the name. Yeah, you're right, Jake. They signed Rippon, but he never played.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
But I think already with rookies, the ball's getting out on time. Guys are open. Martinez threw a horrible interception over the middle yesterday. But the guy was wide open on the route. He threw it 2 yards behind him. And the safety.
Yeah, that was an overthrow.
It was behind him because he was cutting and he threw the ball here. You put the ball out here, he turns up past that safety. We might have scored on a big play. So I think there's going to be a lot of people and, no one ever admits that they're wrong, right? We live in a world where you move the goalposts, and you can move the goalposts all you want. Greg Zuerlein's not missing a fucking kick, but you can move the goalposts in your discussion and in your points, right? To always appear to be right. But I'm watching the plays. I'm watching the play design. I'm watching receivers be open. And I'm able to equate it to, okay, that's Conklin on that route. That's Rodgers throwing that pass. That's Breece going to the pylon. That's Rodgers putting it where it needs to be. That's Rodgers hitting Wilson in the back of the end zone. That's a 4-touchdown game yesterday with the starters.
The way that the offense is going, there's a flow that is very different than last year. The way that they're mixing up the pass and the run and they're not like just running on first down and going up the middle with a run play. They're doing different things to mix it up so that they're utilizing their back still, but they're, mixing it up with run and screens and different things that just look different. It may have been the same packages that we seen in last year's, playbook, but they're being utilized very, very differently now than I've seen and observed from last year. So that's what I'm seeing. Unfortunately, it's with the second and third stringers, and they are prone to making mistakes. So
True, but these are the same plays the A team's going to run, right?
yeah.
So we're
Yeah,
seeing
absolutely.
guys open, and we know we have the quarterback to facilitate this offense. Let's get into it. What'd you take out of the first quarter?
So as you know, we were at the event, a lot of screaming, probably not a lot of looking at the TV and seeing a lot of these different plays. So obviously this review is basically going back and looking at the tape from today and seeing what I saw in regards to the first quarter. So first I'll start off with Jared Bernard Converse. JBC in the first quarter was looking super busy. The difference between last game and this game was he was being tested on a lot of, like defensive, secondary passes. In this game, they were running the ball a little bit more, and he was tackling. He was up, putting his nose and grinding it out on tackles. And he was just busy, and I saw that, and I was very happy about that because what I saw from him this week is what I saw from Quantez Stiggers last week. Like almost being like a ball hawks box safety up on the line, getting, runs from behind scrimmage and stuff like that. So that was a really, really good sign. I love seeing that. I love seeing cornerbacks that are busy and that are good tacklers. Another thing that I saw is I thought that our defense seems to be deficient on screen plays going east and west. I don't know what it is, but we just seem very, very slow laterally, just all across the board. So anything that goes east and west, screen plays, jet sweeps, whatever the case may be, we're just getting beat east and west lateral. Another point I wanted to bring up had to do with Isaiah Davis. I thought that Isaiah Davis, last week as well, he caught a lot more than he ran. I think he ran a lot more this game. He looked great with a head of steam, straight ahead when he was decisive, hitting the hole, right? Just straight ahead, the hole's open, you just run through it.
Yeah.
However, when he tried to cut back, when he was indecisive about the hole, when the play was materializing, and you have to like kind of, pick a hole to go through, and then you try to cut back. He's still having some issues with cutting back against NFL speed, and there was like maybe 3 plays in the first quarter that I saw that he was just having a problem. He was just getting stumped with trying to cut back.
If I could chime in on that,
please, yeah.
You can tell he's thinking while running, and he's not reading and reacting. I did see a difference this week, like you said. The Braylon Allen approach of run through a motherfucker looked like he wanted to start saying, I could do that a little bit too. He caught that one up the sideline, and he turned it up, and he looked to go through the safety instead of stepping out of bounds. But then there are other times he's not comfortable enough in that game yet where he's like, should I cut or should I go through you? And once he gets that comfort level, like I say all the time with the kids I coach, don't think, read, react, destroy. Yep. Once he figures out what they want him to do, game situation, yardage, location on the field, Is it all right to take it out if I got the first down, get out of bounds? Should I try to fight for another extra yard or two? Or where are we on the field in terms of field goal range? Or is it a dump off on a third down and 18? Or are we trying to go get a touchdown where every yard matters? Once he gets that game situation and situational awareness down, I think you're going to see the kid become more comfortable. But I think he's trying to fine-tune what the Jets are asking him to do, and you can see that learning curve developing out on the field.
Sure. And those are the things, right? This is the preseason. This is where you get these things worked out anyway, right? And then on top of that, this is not like a veteran that we're bringing in, you know what I mean, that's making these mistakes. These are rookies. And, you know, you have a certain expectation for a rookie, but normally it's not that big. And where they were drafted, I mean, like, we didn't expect to see what we saw the first game and in training camp and stuff like that from either of these players. So now that game one and in training camp, we've seen what we've seen, our expectations are like, oh, wow, we got some players here. So I just want to say, with all that being said, not to give them a break when they make some mistakes. Like, you know, we're pointing it out or whatever. And this is a learning process for them. They have to go through it. I mean, all the players do. But for them, because they're still getting used to the speed in the league and stuff like that, which can come as a, you know, culture shock right away, they'll work through it. So, you know, but that's what I've seen, like, in terms of observations with him.
Real quick, we got a little bit of breaking news. If anybody heard what sounded like the tears of a hawk, that's because Zach Wilson just got dropped for a safety in Denver. So our resident Hawk, Zach Wilson lover, is down right now. He just got his wings clipped, if you will. So apologies to Hawk. If you know Hawk, reach out to him, make sure he's okay, and tell him that we love him. My man, we love you, Hawk.
All right,
I know, Hawk. It's the offensive line's fault. He's not close to home, right, Hawk?
Too funny.
Oh, and here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Mo Dean.
Mo Dean.
Welcome, Mo. And look at that.
Amadeus.
Right after Mo Dean's comment, 2 comments later, our resident Dolphins fan, Daniel Behan, pops in. It's like the Dolphin tidal wave just hit the chat. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you for showing up here on a Sunday night. As always, pleasure to have you.
We love you. We love the trolls. We love everyone. I mean, like, this is that kind of community. We take all comers. We're a dysfunctional family, but we love you anyway. That kind of thing.
Listen, and I love that people who may be fans of other teams sit there on a Sunday night and say, hey, I want to go check out this show. I can't do that. I can't. I don't have it in me. I don't have the skin to go into another team's stream and watch it. But I compliment those guys. I appreciate them. I shout them out. We got Patty Grimes, the resident Detroit Lion fan, who comes in. We got Daniel Meehan, who's the resident Dolphin fan. Grandizer pops in every so often. He's a Dolphin fan as well. And I mean, besides for a sarcastic son of a bitch, we don't know what Mo Dean is.
Mo Dean is. He's an Amadeus fan. I mean, based on the his picture.
And this is why I fuck with him, because I know as I'm saying this, he's hyping this. You don't accept me, I accept you. I was here when you had -2 viewers. So that's why I bust Mo's balls, because I know he's gonna bust them right back, and that's what this channel's about. So
there's an old saying. There's an old saying that says the enemy of my enemy is my friend, right? So, you know what I mean? Like, you all are welcome here, you know, and I love all the hate. I love, you know, troll away. That's what I say. All right.
If you're here, have a good time. That's all.
Exactly. That's what Shenanigans is all about, right?
It's August. If we're here having fun banter, let's do it. Now, if we play one another and it doesn't go the Jets' way, maybe you take that fucking week off. I'll allow it.
I mean, you know,
don't show up that way. I'm okay with it.
There might be some heat. There might be some heat going on there. Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, all in the family, right?
And
AFC
to put
East,
the
we're
shoe
like
on the other
brothers.
If it goes our way, I understand if you don't want to show that week either. I get
no, please come. Please come.
To
I
quote,
want you to show up.
To quote 45, oh, I'm going to come.
That's what she said.
Awesome. All right, let's get back into it, that little detour. But everyone, welcome, all 54 of you who are here watching now. For those of you who are going to watch in the replays, I appreciate you guys. Throw a like. Super chats cut the line. They get right to the front. Memberships, we're trying to get. We keep losing them. We had a very, very strong July, and a lot of them are expiring right now. So we're down. We're 51 away. We keep getting some. We keep losing some, but we're 51 away from what would be our next emoji. And
all right,
let's
get them up.
It would be this one. I think it's worth it.
Oh, do you know the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man, the Muffin Man?
I think that's worth it. I think that's a goal we should try to hit, and I think you guys would enjoy that one. So
yeah, I just happen to know the Muffin Man.
Snowball, he's blocked, man. No more Denmark Andy. You missed it the other night. Did you catch wind of that? Denmark Andy returned the other night.
He returned. The return.
You got to go watch Thursday night, Wednesday night, the first episode of First Class Flights. I had my buddy Chris on for a fantasy football preview, and I want to say about 2 hours, 15 minutes in, he popped in, and then Charles popped in, and then Denmark Andy crossed the line with Charles, and I booted him for good. So he shall not return ever again. But Charles was a legend. Charles had the dating game going on with Sarah. Bobby popped in. I was out of the show for like 40 minutes. It was just them. I let it be. It was fantastic. Shout out to Charles. Charles' parents were away last week, so Charles was able to be free and like not worry about being, told to quiet down. And Charles knocked it out of the park. He was an absolute stud last week. Shout out to Boba Jet.
Charles is great.
Boba Jet just gifted a membership that
Let's go
to. I have to pull it up on the phone. Yeah, that's me talking about Boba Jet. To Oscar. Oscar, the
nice.
There we go. Boba Jet hitting a big shot tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Boba Jet. One of the greats. Also has a helmet, so he doesn't have to worry about Charles cracking his skull open like he was going to do to Gator. That went over well the other night. That was for those of you who are as maniacs. Jake dropped the Best of the Jake Asman Show, Volume 6 tonight, I believe, and yours truly and this show makes a couple appearances in there. So go check that out if you haven't already. It's quite entertaining. I was listening to it earlier. Me and Nikki were listening to it when I was bringing them home, and we had a very, very good laugh. I did, Boba. I did gift. I was the one that gifted Jay Quest today. I was sitting here. I was still watching the show after Jake took me off, and I was like, you know what? Let me try to hit. I saw his name popping up. He changed his name, and it's stuck with it for 2 weeks now. And I was like, you know what? Let me try. Bloop. One membership went to him, and Bedlam broke loose. Everybody's going nuts in the chat. So,
did he change his name in the chat?
He on Thursday or Wednesday last week, he had an exclamation point after Jay Quest. So, like Wednesday, he changed that. Thursday during the show, as a spoof, he changed it to Bobby's right nut.
Okay.
But now since he changed it twice in like a 24-hour period, you're locked into that name for 14 days, for 2 weeks.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's stuck. And we're joking. We're like, you know what? Watch him get gifted now on Jake's show, now that he changed the name.
That's what I'm thinking.
So the joke today was that Bobby's nuts brought happiness to the world in Jay Quest's world.
The nuts brought
Oh,
him
I'm
luck.
sorry, Bobby's left nut. Well, Rick, somebody changed their name in the show to both. It was Bobby's right, Bobby's left. Someone changed their name to Bobby's third. Like the other night, just went completely off the rails. And Jay Quest unfortunately decided to take part of some shenanigans, and he got goofed on by YouTube, and he was stuck with it. So you might just
Wow.
have to keep it now. If this is the name, that you might just have to stay with this and ride it out.
Well, you have 14 days to decide it.
Yeah, I mean, greatness has come from it already. But all right, let's get back to the game review, sir. But thank you, Boga, for the gift, and Oscar. Get in the Discord. Are you in the Discord already? No, you can't be. But now create a Discord account, Oscar, and get your ass in there, man. Enjoy the fun. You'll be a great member of the Discord.
I thought he was. I thought he was in there already.
Maybe his membership expired because there's been a bunch that expired. So now he's back in the fold.
Well, let's get these memberships up. Let's go.
Hey, you get one, pay it forward. Give the next guy a gal a gift. So,
Absolutely.
all right. Back to the quarterly review. I like that.
All right.
Like a boss. Like quarterly review. I like that.
All right. So finishing the first quarter. Chasserat, personal foul. Why is this dude getting personal fouls on plays that are already finished? You got to be smarter than that, dude. Don't hit people after the play is over. The play did not go anywhere. There's nothing left. There was a loss on the play. It went out of bounds. You just got to be smarter than that. You got to get good habits now in preseason so that they don't show up in the regular season. I detest seeing personal fouls on plays that don't need to happen. On the flip side of that, though, Zaire Barnes had a very, very nice tackle behind the line. So from one linebacker to the other, he had a very nice tackle behind the line for a loss on yards on a run play, which was textbook, absolute great tackle. It was a thing of beauty. As someone who played safety in high school and in college and semi-pro. Brandon Eccles, also continuing the tackle spree here, had a nice tackle on a screenplay for a loss of yardage as well, which, you got to highlight these things because they're doing their job out there. They're protecting their zones. And Brandon Eccles is one that, any given Sunday he can start. And he could probably start on any other team. So we're really good having that depth in our secondary with that man.
We might have a secondary. We know our top three are elite, right? We got the best corners in the NFL. We could tread water, and we can actually swim as Olympians if we got to go to our backups. That's how good I think the depth in that room is now. I think we're very close to the D-line type of depth where we have, we got Sauce that does what Sauce does. We got Quinnen that does what Quinnen does. But everyone else can do a very good job for us, whether it's short term or, an average amount of time if called upon. So it's a good thing to have guys who are fighting for playing time. And I think that room is very, very skilled. They're young, but just like the running back room, I think you're seeing that we're hitting on these players. So it's a good issue to have. That's why you won't see Reed get an extension, because we have guys behind who are much cheaper and ready to step in, allowing us to sign some of these big contracts that are going to be coming up.
And you're speaking the actual truth.
Yeah. In terms
not
of
a lot of people want to hear that.
Yeah. No, you have to, not to be corny or to try to steal anything, but it's just what the words that come to mind. You got to trust the process. When you have your staff and you have your front office in place for multiple years, you don't have to keep looking for guys to fit your scheme. You just keep finding the guys that do fit your scheme, and you coach them up and you elevate them and you move them in. And you let guys go who are making $14 million a year to bring in a guy who's making $730,000 a year. And now you can go get those big you can go get a free agent quarterback. You can go get a big left tackle. You can go get a top wide receiver. You can trade for someone because you have 6 starters that are on rookie deals from the 3rd round and on. You want to win championships. You want to be good year after year after year. You want to have your name in aside from the quarterback, you got to have guys who are drafted rounds 4, 5, 6 who end up starting for you in year 2, 3, 4. That's the key to long-term success in this league. Everyone can hit on a first-round pick. We got multiple first-round picks. You got to get the depth on the back end. You got to get those. You got to steal some starters late in the draft. You got to get a guy like Quincy who's cut. You got to get a guy like Tony Adams. You got to find a Michael Carter. You can't have an ABT first-round guard that you trade up for at every starting spot because eventually you lose all your mid-round picks because you're trading up to get a no-brainer. So I like what we're doing. I like the long-term vision, and I like the long-term plan. And you see it with the guys that we have who are depth pieces and should develop in 25, 26 to huge players on this team. And in terms of the Sherrod, I was in the bathroom. I came out as it happened. It awful. I haven't seen a clip of it on Twitter or nothing. It was that bad. It was like complete idiotic play.
It happened so fast. I mean, like he just pushed him out of bounds, and after the play was over, and then just that little scuffle. But it just happened so fast. But they were the referees were really Johnny on the spot, and they just just took care of it right away. But it was just the play was over. You just don't do it. You know what I mean? Like it was just extracurricular activity after the play was already done, whistled, and everything. Right. It's just not necessary.
It happens with linebackers, right? Like the play that's popping into my head, preseason game in 2022 when Zach tweaked his knee in Philadelphia when he didn't slide. He tried to extend the play. Opening drive, Quincy leveled a guy out of bounds on that opening drive, extending the drive for Philly because they had their starters in on that opening drive. And listen, linebackers are taught to hit, and whenever you can deliver the blow, you just got to be smarter with that. So,
yeah, absolutely. And just to finish up the first quarter, one observation I had about the punt coverage between last game and this game. Yeah, our punt coverage is really good. Our special teams has been really, really excellent. Our gunners have been gunning. And there's been no cheap beats. And when I say cheap beats, I mean like no, plays down the field where the person is running past the gunners and the people who are coming down to tackle on these punt coverages. And I don't know if they're putting all their energy because of the kickoff rules and stuff like that into the punt coverages to make sure that everyone is covered. But whatever they're doing, they've been doing it really, really well. And I haven't seen any cheap beats for the it sounds like a rap song, any cheap beats for, the first 2 games of the season, including this first quarter. But I put it in the first quarter because there was a couple of punts that were really, really great coverage down the field in the first quarter.
And when we know our specials are top notch, right? Like I'm confident as a Jet fan, knowing we send the field goal unit, I can get up and go to the bathroom. I know it's money. With Zerline or the backup.
Seibert.
Yeah. I get up and I just go to the bathroom now. I'm like, all right, it's money. I'll be back for the kickoff. Like, it's good. Like, we're punting. I'm like, all right, we're going to pin them deep. We're going to flip the field. Like, I have confidence with Morstead. But let's get. I gotta pee.
Okay. Let me go. Yeah. I'll get into the second quarter.
Go ahead
and talk a little bit about.
And yes, chat. It's just a pee. I know how they get.
I know, right?
Bunch of assholes, all of them. Not any one of you guys. It's all people who aren't here yet, and we'll comment that.
We love you. All right. So second quarter, couple of observations. And this is the perfect timing that Nick went to the bathroom because you know what? Michael Clemens, which he hates, did such a poor job sliding to the proper spot and doing exactly what he said last week that he did.
Fuck you, I'm back. I heard that. I'm leaning over the top of the computer. Fuck Michael Clemens, and now fuck you, VR.
She made some plays, man.
So he did not go to the proper spot. He gave up a big run. It was 14 yards. Like in a situation with Michael Clemens, it's not something that you're like breaking contain because he's on the inside. Everyone else on that play broke contain, but he slid to the wrong spot. I think what's happening with him is that he is focusing on the man in front of him and trying to outbeat the man in front of him instead of being elusive and going to side swipe and, go to the side of the person in front. You have to be elusive when you're playing the D line. And sometimes it's not about getting ugly with the person in front of you and, doing hand-to-hand combat. Sometimes it's about being elusive and side swiping to make sure that you're seeing the play develop. Michael Clemens is not doing that, and that is a big issue. Another observation, Will Mack did the spin cycle again on his sack. He did the same play last week, and he got a penalty. He got a penalty because, and I thought it was a bad call, but he got a penalty for being late on the hit and actually putting his weight on the quarterback after the play was done. The same spin, the same speed. I mean, it's a winner.
It's becoming a weapon, right?
Yes.
It's becoming a weapon. And
it was effective.
It's effective. And I was saying, I popped on Jake this morning. We discussed it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't teach speed. And when he's wide 9 and you're a left tackle and you're a 315-pound guy and you are afraid of him getting upfield and bending around you and hitting the quarterback, you're dropping quicker. And then when you start to drop quick, he hits that spin move and he pins that elbow into your back. You have two choices: hold him or get beat.
We'll get beat.
And
they're getting beat.
Really. And people say, oh, it's only one move. It's two moves. You have to respect him getting vertical on you. And if you block that, he can spin on you and cut inside. If you're afraid of him doing the spin, he can beat you vertically upfield because now you're trying to guess what's he going to do. So the spin is two moves in one because it's speed vertical or speed you dropped. Now I'm going to spin once I get you to commit to getting upfield. And you can't stop that, especially when that elbow takes that fat guy momentum going one way and you pin that elbow to him and hit that spin with it. It's a hold or it's a sack. And it's going to be fun to watch, man. This kid, I don't care if he ever becomes a 3-down player. I don't. When you can bring in a guy like that with that speed who can get to the quarterback. He got to the quarterback last week. He got to the quarterback this week, and he's doing it on 18 pass rushes. He hit the quarterback twice. One was a stupid pansy penalty. The guy's 212 pounds. He fucking fell on somebody. Stop. That penalty was put in for 350-pound linemen like Tony Saragusa grabbing you and dropping on you. It's the Rich Gannon rule when the Ravens knocked the Raiders out of the playoffs because Sam Adams or Tony Saragusa were fucking bear hugging guys and pancaking them into the ground. Stupid penalty because a D end wrapping you at the thighs and you falling back and his helmet landing on your stomach is not the essence of the rule. The rule is to prevent monsters from body crushing guys' sternums.
Yeah, athleticism wins all the time. And if I can give a basketball analogy, when you were talking about like it's one move, well, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had one move, and that was the sky hook. And guess what? Nobody could stop it. And so if nobody can stop Will McDonald on that spin move, I mean, why change anything? I haven't seen anything to the contrary that anybody can stop that move because he has been effective every single time. Now, should he work on other moves? Absolutely. But you know what? Right now, let's get the spin on. And let's move forward.
Let's get it started. There you go. Old basketball theme song that they played, right? So I
Speaking
like
of
it.
which,
I think what he'll bring to the table when you have speed and power on one side and JJ, you got Quinnen, you got all our other guys who can penetrate the gaps in the middle and collapse the pocket. And now you're worried about a speed of McDonald and a spin move. And if you stunt, right, and you bring that left tackle around where that guard collapses into the center, into the A gap, which opens up the spin for McDonald, now you got nowhere for the quarterback to step up. And now you got McDonald swooping in with the spin, and then JJ coming around up top to clean it up if the quarterback tries to escape from behind. And that's when you go under and above, kind of like what Bonesy and Jake did to me at different times yesterday, that's when the ball comes out, pun intended. That's when the quarterback will step back now, and JJ LTs it, knocks the ball out. We
from the
that's when you see
overhead
turnovers coming, when you got guys going at the quarterback from different angles.
Yeah, I mean, like, Michael Clemens messed up or whatever, but if you can utilize him to do like almost a reverse stunt, like you're saying, where he's just taking up space and just blocking two men in front of him while Will does a spin move around the other side. I mean, that's a winning formula right there. Yeah. It's almost like a NASCAR package, like the Giants had back in the day.
It is. You can. And that's the thing that I'm most interested in seeing when we go fully loaded. The 3rd and 12, what are we doing? Who's out there? Not just the play call, the players. I'm curious to see, all right, 3rd and 4. Who's the package? Who's the pass rushers that are in?
Right.
I want to see, all right, show me how you value these guys, because that's something we're not going to know until we're getting in these game situations, right? I want to see. I don't care about the percentage of snaps. I want to know the percentage of 3rd and long. Who's your go-to guys?
Who's going to be a closer?
Who are you putting in on 4th and 8? Who are you? Who are you going to when you want to hit the quarterback? That's all I give a shit about. I don't care if Loki Fatu and Michael Clemens have 37% of the snaps or have played 85% of the snaps on first down. First downs are rundowns. That's when you put your run guys in, up until late in the game when you're up 13, there's 6 minutes left, you're going your turbo package time and time again. You're sending your pass rushers. You're not putting the big fatties out there to stop a run. So show me the first 3rd and 8 of the year. Who's your go-to? Who's your 4? What are you doing here? What's the alignment? That's what I want to see, because that's where we're gonna eat. That's the 4 guys that you're saying that these are the 4 guys that I know can get to the quarterback. Sure, you might have one where you bring in a Leaky and have him stunt and take out the guard and center to open up a gap. You might use that power to open up a pass rushing lane. Sure. But when it's that NASCAR package, that turbo package, what do you got? Shout out to Boba Jet. Thank you for the super chat, sir. Cuts the line.
Thank you.
Would love to see Will Mack hit the Booker T Spinner-Rooney celebration. Every sack with the spin move he gets. Go Jets. I'm no one's nuts. Awesome reference.
Nice.
VR, did you see me do the Spinner-Rooney? I said to Nick the other day after Will McDonald got the sack, I'm like, he did the Booker T. Boba, my hand to God. I will get people to testify that I was yelling to my son that he was doing it 5 times. I can't, Boba, very well done. I approve this message.
Oh, I love that. That's awesome. Anytime you can put football and wrestling all in the same sentence, that's a winner. Absolutely. So just to continue in the second quarter, right? This game obviously didn't have a lot of highlights, right? So I'm just going, through observations and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like what I'm seeing, what can, better be worked on in the future, and, like highlighting some positives from some of these players. But when there's no positives, you gotta, focus on something. So Peasley did not look impressive Running backwards for the sack, starting the second quarter was a drive killer. I mean, he lost 15 yards on that play, and yes,
that's sackish, right? That's the shit
very,
we hated with Zach.
Very sackish, very zackish.
Yep.
Yeah. So, Al Blades Jr. So I'm rooting for this kid, Al Blades Jr., right? Yeah, we know he's not going to make the team or anything like that. He'll probably be on the practice squad if he makes the practice squad. But I'm rooting for him because he's from the U, and he's the son of Al Blades, legend at the U, and nephew of Benny Blades. The Blades family down in Fort Lauderdale is really, really big. I've been a fan of the University of Miami from the 80s. Rooting for this kid, but he dropped a sure interception on the sidelines in the second quarter. And that was just something that was really sad to see. Peasley to Braylon Allen throughout the quarter was pretty busy. A lot of runs and dump offs between the two. Seemed like they had a little synergy going on there. And then I think you mentioned this earlier, the Peasley to Zach Kuntz in the end zone just kind of threw it off target, but it would have been a touchdown. I mean, Zach caught it. I mean, to talk about another Zach, Kuntz, he caught it. It would have been a touchdown if it wasn't overthrown to the sidelines. So that's second quarter, just kind of in a nutshell. You want me to continue with the third and fourth quarters?
Yeah.
Let me rock and roll and go through it real quick. So
yeah, drop it out. I know there's not much excitement in the second half. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, this is not a. We didn't score touchdowns. The day was the
event. That's why we talked so much about the event. We didn't have a lot of, and we knew coming in we were going to spend a lot of time on yesterday, and then there wasn't much excitement for the game. So go ahead, roll right into the third quarter.
I'm just going to roll into the third quarter where we actually saw a little bit of fireworks from the kickoff. So the kickoff returner breaks the line of defenders and goes 63 yards. Now, I want to say this about this kid, Brandon Codrington. He's a UDFA player. He's listed as the second string nickelback on the Jets depth chart, right? I didn't know anything about him. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know anything about the kid.
I just heard fast. I heard he was fast and exciting.
Yeah. But let me ask you this question, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if you've been paying attention to like the other preseason games and stuff like that. Since this new kicker rule has gone into effect, have you seen anyone break the line of defense as a kickoff returner, go past that line of defense to do anything more than 20 to 30 yards?
We had Corley last week at the Washington game almost take it out the midfield. And then we had 63 yesterday. So
yeah, I mean, 63 yards, that's the most that I've seen like in all of the NFL for any kind of run as from a kickoff. That's pretty impressive.
Listen, I will take this time and time again because you're not giving the standard ball at the 25, right? Most of them are touchbacks. The touchback rate was higher than ever. And if you're giving Aaron Rodgers and Brees and Garrett and this line the ball at the 38, maybe the 45 to start, maybe in the other team's territory, we're just going to put even more points on the board. It's going to be, it's granted now it could happen the other way, but I'll take our specials against anyone's until proven otherwise. Maybe one or two games out of the year, our specials might get outplayed. You'll take that percentage right now, right? Like every one of us will sign up. If there's only a couple games where our specials get outplayed, you sign up for 14 wins right now in terms of special teams play. So,
absolutely.
I mean, I like it. I like that it's exciting. I like that it's not a bathroom bake play anymore where you can go make something to eat. You can go make a sandwich after a touchdown the last couple of years because you got the commercial, the kickoff, a touchback. you had 5 minutes before there was a play again in an NFL game. So now you got to watch. They're making it exciting. They're making it an event, and it's gonna change a huge game. It's gonna change a nationally televised game, and everyone's gonna go nuts over it early in the season. And who knows? It could change a playoff game. It could change the Super Bowl result with a late field goal and a kickoff where someone takes it and goes.
Well, I'm glad you're talking a little bit about the kickoff rules, because I do have an underrated fact of the day.
Drop it.
Underrated fact of the day in the new kickoff rules. I mean, at least I wasn't paying attention to this, but touchbacks that are outside of the end zone or kneeled in the end zone, they go to the 30-yard line instead of the 25. I don't know if you knew that or not.
I didn't. I thought it would be yeah, because you're penalizing the team for kicking it into the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
So
they don't want you kicking it into the end zone. They want the action.
They want to play. Yes, they want something to happen. So yeah, so you get penalized that extra 5 yards. This year is the first year they're putting that into the effect as part of the new kickoff rules. I just learned that. Yeah,
I'll take that. You're afraid of Corley? I'll take Rodgers getting the ball to 30. 30?
I'll take it as well. That's absolutely great.
Yeah. So it was nice to see he had some speed. I thought number 85 could have blocked a little better. And I get it. Open field blocking, running full speed. It's not like you're blocking in a hole, or it's not like you're trying to seal a cornerback on the outside. It's tough to do. And you don't want to push the guy in the back if he turns. But I thought a little bit of a better block by 85, kicking that guy to the outside, and he could have went up the sideline and been gone, because that guy that he bumped actually made the tackle to bring him down. Right.
But underrated in Brandon Coddington's run was that he actually has some shifty moves. And does Gibson? I don't know if you remember this reference, Wally pipped. Do you remember that reference?
Yeah.
Or do you go with that?
Yeah, of course.
Does he get Wally pipped? For being injured?
Big. You know this. I've been very big saying I don't want Gibson returning, because he put the ball on the ground multiple times last year. And now that you're actually returning kicks, no, I don't want him returning kickoffs. I would love Corley, Davis, Codrington. I'll take any combination. I don't want Gibson returning kick. Listen, Gibson gave us an incredible moment in the first week. After that, he was a below average returner. He was. But that first moment left such a lasting impression. We all want him to be the next great Jet returner, the Leon Johnsons, all the other greats, the punt returners. He had one really good moment. I'm not a Gibson guy. I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if he does not return kickoffs, and then if he puts the ball on the ground, loses the punt return. If he doesn't fix the fumbles and the yips from last year, I can't write in Sharpie that he's our returner. So
and see, and I kind of made this a conversation on the tape show that I have for the 411 on New York Sports on Friday when we were all talking about this. I was saying, like, all right, so what usefulness does Gibson have if he's not the returner as well as the slot receiver, whatever the case may be? I mean, now you take that away, and then you're measuring him against the other wide receivers just on being a wide receiver at this point. Does he win out against Brownlee or some of these other wide receivers that are flashing right now? Now Taylor's out because he's on IR, but some of these new ones that have come in.
Rob, go back further. Leon Johnson was the punt returner in '98. We drafted him in the same draft as Jason Fabini. Leon Washington was also, just coincidence they had the same name.
Absolutely.
And Rob just mentioned Irv Charles, who left the game last night with a little bit of a leg tightness, right?
Yeah.
Was it quad or hamstring? Either one. So that's a lingering injury. Got you, Rob. Sorry. I thought you were correcting me. Forgive me, sir. Carry on, good sir.
Carry on. So this is one that in the third quarter, I'm watching because he's getting some reps. I'm seeing what he's doing, and that's Israel Abanikanda. And he's from Brooklyn. He's my boy Blue, Brooklyn. So he starts off, nice run, first down, 11 yards. But then he goes back to following up with a few more, 3 yards in a cloud of dust. And the drive stalls, and Martinez overthrows Brownlee in the end zone, and it's another 3 points. And also in the third quarter, Adrian Martinez throws an interception. And, one thing about the interception, you brought this up a little earlier. He overthrew. He was a little bit behind the receiver. And those things happen in training camp. He's a camp arm. I mean, but it shows. I mean, like, for everyone being so in love with Adrian Martinez, and I mean, rightfully so, because he showed out. He flashed last week, and he has some legs, under him. It shows the inexperienced side of a camp arm in preseason. When you overthrow right into the center fielder's hands. So, that's something. It's like, okay, everybody calm down, calm your freaky down, as King Lowski would say on Adrian Martinez. He's a camp arm. He's probably the new Chris Streveler at this point. And, we just take it for what it is. One person I did want to talk about, though, was Anthony Fursker. So we had an Anthony Fursker sighting, right?
Yes, our first Fursker sighting.
Our first Fursker sighting.
First Fursker.
So here's my observation. The dude is wearing number 48, right? On the play that he went 14 yards, sprint left screen, he looked like Kyle Juszczyk. Like it looked just like what they do with Kyle Juszczyk with the 49ers on that screen. Fursker also plays special teams. He's listed as a tight end. He wears number 48 and is doing H-back rolls. So I posed this because I wanted to ask you a question. What do you think that all means in the scheme of things for Anthony Fursker?
I think that Yeboah and Fursker are in a battle. I think it's they wanted to maybe see what he could do a little bit. Oh, shout out to the big fella. Oh,
the
let me
twin.
get over here. Turn that volume down. Why'd that volume go back up? Shout out to the big fella for gifting a membership that went to OG Jets fan. I got to do a little segue here since it did go to him. Big fella, thank you. I appreciate that. For those of you that were worried about Tommy and everything that happened last Monday on Bobby's show, I can say that I got Tommy an Uber tonight around dinner time, and he did go to a facility. He's going to a detox, and then from there, hopefully into a long-term facility that can help him out and get his mind right. He reached out to me again tonight saying that he had had enough and he wanted to go. And that's a sign. I believe in signs. That's a sign from God giving that so I could update you guys.
Absolutely.
So, big fella, thank you for doing that. I appreciate the contribution to the show. And like I said, I got him an Uber there tonight. I sent them. I stayed on the phone with him till he was in the car. I talked to the Uber driver and said, you cannot drop him off anywhere else but that destination. And then I got a phone call from the facility because they take your phone when you go in. They check your personal belongings. They don't let you have anything if you're in that state of mind. And he called me from their facility and said, hey, I'm here. I don't have my phone for a few days. I'll let you know when I'm good. And I told him, write my phone number down. You're allowed to make some calls from there. If you want to call me from there and update me, go ahead. Full disclosure, in early March of 2023. This is the same place that I started. I went there and they found me a facility to go to that I went to for 3 weeks. Not many people know that, but fuck it. Here we are. So hopefully he does the same path. And here I am 17 and a half months later. And I can only pray Tommy has one day what I have right now. So say a prayer for Tommy. Hope that he sticks with it. Hope that
see those prayer hands up.
He comes through. So
prayer emojis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom, and you have to realize it, but you also have to want it too. You also have to want to have the help. You know, and it's
one of my favorite things. Something I saw at that facility, which was on a board in my room. The moment you hit rock bottom is the moment you stop digging the hole. And I think of that every fucking day since. Think about it. It's powerful, right? Like the minute you stop making your hole deeper is the minute you hit rock bottom. And now you just start building and building and building. And I'm not saying this is bullshit. You've known me for a while enough to know now where I was, where I'm at. We have a lot of private discussions off air. And I say this. I was a disaster. I was a wreck. I was miserable. I brought my misery to other people. Like, I'm scared to say this like out loud, but I'm happy. Like life is. I got a job now. I got multiple jobs. I'm doing this successfully now. I'm being responsible. I'm being accountable in life. I'm taking care of my responsibilities. All the shit that I didn't do when I was at my worst. Now I do. It's like it's becoming just a habit of making good decisions, paying my bills, wanting to work multiple jobs, managing doing one job. And then I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do the sports right after Labor Day with the site manager stuff while still coaching football, while still having time to do this, while still having time to be dad. So, if you find good, positive ways to fill your time, you commit to it and good things happen.
Absolutely. You just have to want to be better, positive, and balanced. And when you put those things into motion, you start to get out of that hole, start to get out of that, rock bottom situation. But it has to start somewhere.
Roger, I think you need to Google what war stories are if you're accusing me of telling war stories there. I didn't at all.
Yeah.
Not once did I mention a war story. I just talked about personal experiences and how to get from step one to where I am now. That's all, pal.
Now, the New York Jets third quarter. Now, that's a war story.
There you go.
Let's wrap up the third quarter. So Jason Brownlee, back-to-back drops, killed the drive. And, in fairness, Martinez's second throw to Brownlee was a little bit behind him. But then, of course, Zebra comes in, field goal again. Now we got 4 field goals at this point. But I'm going to call this last part of the third quarter the segment that I'm going to name.
Breaking news.
I'm going to call this segment, Mama, there goes that man again. 31-yard punt return. And this man has a chance to make a case for a roster spot. And the only reason why I say this is because the way, and I said this on his kickoff return, right? The way that Brandon Codrington made the defenders miss, turn around, go across the field laterally, and make 31 yards. If he didn't lose his balance, he would have scored. He would have scored a touchdown. was something special to look at. I mean, looking at it again, not really, paying attention to it while we were having fun and, sharing with all the other Jets fans and as maniacs and shiners and stuff like that. That was something special to see. To me, it was the highlight of the game. Brandon Codrington, highlight of the game.
Right.
Both
he was
kickoff and punt return.
The only spark plug. It was the only spark plug. It was the Will McDonald sack, and it was the returns. So I'll take it because I know if we sprinkle those guys in with our starters, there's going to be just more added to the greatness.
Yeah, the fourth quarter didn't have much to really talk about.
In shout out to Junior Rudy. In non-Jets related news, Zach Wilson is still Gooch Sweat. And I had I
think we talked about that earlier today.
Buffalo Jet fan sent me a message saying, to not have delusional Utah residents in our replies anymore. And somebody tweeted from Denver, Zach Wilson, 2 of 6, 29 yards, 1 touchdown, and the safety. And then somebody replied, does he make the team? He was awful tonight, or will he be cut? And then BYU, as a Power 4 team on Twitter, replied, he wasn't awful. He had 2 drops and no pass protection. So just like I said to you before after the safety, it's the offensive line's fault for the Zach. Yes,
my
he is a god to them for some reason.
Jeez,
but
Louise.
It's funny that we mentioned that, and minutes later, there's exactly the type of person that we're talking about that blames the line.
Was it BYU Hawk?
Hawk's not here right now, man. Hawk's. I feel bad for the sheetrock and the pillows in Hawk's room because he's just punching everything tonight. This was supposed to be different.
That's my boy. But delusion has to set in. So as I mentioned, man.
I mean, good night to me. I'm awesome. Good night to me. Good night to myself. I guess I gotta end the show. I got to end the show because I'm going to bed. Thank you, big fella. Appreciate you, buddy. Have a good night, man.
Awesome.
Oh, Genergy coming in.
The Prima.
This is such a supportive community. Thank you, Nick and Tio, for bringing your light and positivity always. Genergy, thank you. Genergy, I have a thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. I have a strange question for you. So, do you know her career? Is she a DJ in New York? Because me and my son were in the car today,
sure about that.
And I'm listening to 94.7, and it was like 12:30. We're on my way to my mom's, and they said from 1 to 4, Genergy's coming on, and I'm like, what? So I couldn't wait for it to see her name pop up to ask her. So if you are that Genergy, number one, awesome. If not, someone stole your name, girl, and we got to call this radio station and get this rectified.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we're going to have to get to the bottom of this because there's only one Genergy that I know, and that's the one that's right here in this room.
Like that's what I'm saying. All right, Jen, number one, you could have done wrong answers only and lied to me. I would have bought it. Secondly, there is only one, and you are number one to us, mi amiga.
Absolutely.
Did I do that right? I did the Spanish right? Mi amiga, right? Amigo.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Hit. Speaking 2 languages, we're going to have 2 Super Bowl championships by the end of the year. Bang, bang.
Let's go.
Matthew, that's actually me. Well,
that's actually me.
Okay, that's why I love our chat. I love our chat. You guys are the best. All right, go ahead. Knock it out.
Hey, just, really quickly, the fourth quarter didn't have much to talk about. We ended off with another field goal. Adrian Martinez, the bright spot about him is that he is elusive. Like I said, he gives me, the vibes that he has. He is just energetic out there, wants to move around, gives me those Chris Streveler vibes from, last year and a couple of years ago. And it's just nice to see that, he's playing into the fourth quarter. It means something to him, and he's trying to win. He's putting it all out there. Got to give him kudos for that. He started the fourth quarter really nice. There was one play where Lance McCutcheon, another wide receiver that new, we haven't talked about him or whatever. He had a really nice catch. Very, very nice catch. It was like a broken play. They're going to the right side. Martinez is running to the right, and a bunch of things are happening. There's multiple flags on the play. The thing that I like about it is that they let it play out. And Martinez ran the play out and let the play go. Throws the ball. Lance McCutcheon, nice catch down to, right on the sideline. Not necessarily toe drag swag or anything, but diving play, catches the ball. I was impressed. Really nice. And then on top of that, had a face mask penalty on the defense, which was 15 yards. So that was bright. Put us on the 17-yard line for that drive. And then Martinez passes the ball, and Isaiah Winstead drops in the end zone. Drive stalls, field goal. Adrian Martinez is our 2024 Chris Streveler.
Listen, I don't say we. I will say we because it's our fan base. But I will say we is in all of New York. I don't know if other fan bases do this. I live in this market. All right. So I need those of you who live in other markets around the country. Give me some feedback. Do other fan bases have an obsession with having homegrown hidden talent like New York fans do? Like Yankee fans, I still remember all of them saying Shane Spencer was the next Babe Ruth, and I'm a Yankee fan. He came up and had the greatest September maybe any rookie's ever had. Multiple grand slams, game winners. And now he was a drunk in coaching the Somerset Patriots for years and had to get driven home by my buddy who ran the bar on River Road, right down the street in Piscataway. So, everyone is upset. Everyone thinks the next guy is going to be Wayne Corbett. Everyone thinks the next guy is going to be the next great unknown, the Victor Cruz for the Giants, the Wayne Corbett for the Jets. Do other fan bases do this? Like we all want eliminate everyone we've invested money into. That's the next greatest guy in Jets history. Let's calm the fuck down. There's a reason that there's 90 guys, 53 make the team. Not everyone's going to make the team because they did something against. Listen, when you have fourth stringers against fourth stringers, some of those fourth stringers are going to make plays that make them look like third stringers. That doesn't elevate them up to first stringers because they did one nice play against fourth stringers. You know who gets elevated? The guy who does play after play after play after play.
Consistency.
That from any of these guys.
No.
But I just feel that it's like New York fans just have an obsession. Yes, there we go, Tom. That's what I'm looking for. Kevin Moss, Greg Bird, Gary Bird. Everyone waits for the next great walk-on, and it's like all logic and rationale goes out the window. Yes, we love an underdog story. But
yes, I was going to mention that.
Story and an unrealistic story have to be figured out.
Two things, 2 points. First is Tom Ace's point about the underdog story. Everybody loves Rudy. Everybody wants to see Wayne Corbett, replay in their heads. Why? Because we internalize that for ourselves. We want to be that player. We want to be that person, that underdog. We see ourselves in every underdog story that's out there, and that's why I don't care if it's our fan base or the fan bases of other teams. Everyone agrees to that, and everyone feels that they have something invested in someone who shows up out of nowhere and, does great from a small school or, unknown or anything like that. I mean, like, it's the American way, right? I mean, like, obviously. The second thing is when you're in preseason and you start having the third string, fourth string, the popcorn vendors and the people out there who are just like, the water boys and stuff like that, lining up, against your team, you can't, your level of what you feel is going to be good football, your expectations can't be that high. You know what I mean? Like, if you see a play out there, just think about like you and your boys, Thanksgiving playing out in the back or whatever while the food is getting cooked, ready for Thanksgiving dinner. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of, think of your flag football league, your 40 and over league and playing flag football and stuff like that. I mean, like, your expectation can't be that high because of the level of play is already come down to a certain point and certain level that, like I said, the popcorn vendors are out there at that point. So
what do you got against popcorn, bro?
it gets caught in my teeth. I'm old. Like, I can't do it anymore. Like, I can't like it.
Okay.
Hate it or love it. Popcorn.
Nice. For those of you wondering what he's talking about, go ahead, plug it.
The 411 on New York Sports, we have segments. We talk about sports in the New York City area. We also talk about culture, music. Anything goes on our show. We have special guests. Any one of these wonderful special guests that come on, we promote them. And when they come on, Genergy has been on our show. We've had Dre on last week. We got special guests coming up. I believe the next one is coming up is none other than Alan, of all people. So that should be a really, really interesting and unique show coming up this Friday at 6 p.m.
I got to let you know about the 30th because I took on the football coaching.
Oh, that's right.
That is Friday of Memorial Day week or Labor Day weekend. I don't know if we're going to have practice on Friday of a holiday weekend.
Okay.
I won't know. I'll let you know if.
Yeah.
Once school starts, I don't know if we have to. Maybe Jake and I can flip flop. He comes before holiday. I go after because after the school starts, we're Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. I'm open for practice. So maybe we flip me with somebody who can make the 30th, but we'll figure all that out.
We'll figure all that out. But so my co-host is Johnny Boy. Also.
Wait. Hold on. If we're gonna talk about Johnny, go ahead. Who is your co-host?
My co-host on the show is Johnny Boy, my nephew.
It's tough out on the streets.
So it's all good. All good. But that's on Fridays at 6 p.m. If you haven't come on my YouTube page, feel free to check out past shows. Feel free to check out the 5-minute flashpoints I do on a weekly basis where I talk about Jets news in a flash. And then I do this show with this handsome gentleman over here.
Huh?
Who's always at Met Stadium for some reason.
Just like I did in the picture with Carly and her friends, I'm going to do the young girl head tilt for the photo. And Carly said, I fucking nailed it.
And yes, right. Johnny is a handsome guy as well. So I know he just put that in the chat. Yes, nephew, you are also very handsome.
Welcome to Sunday Night Lies with Nick and VR. I guess I'm changing the name of the show.
Truth or dare. Truth or lies.
So we're gonna stay true. I'm willing to. I know you're traveling. Do you have to get up early? Are you traveling tomorrow? Do you have time to hang out? Like
I got time. I got time. I'm okay. Here. I'm here, baby.
So, Carly coming in with breaking news. Nick nailed the sorority squad. Well, I didn't do the lean. I just did the head tilt. That hurts. How do you girls do that for all those photos? All right. Where am I? I'm here. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to do call-ins, here's what we're going to do. I need 4 subs to VR's channel. He's at 141. We get to 145. We'll open up the lines. We did 10 last week. We do 4. Asking 4 of you right now to go subscribe to his channel. It's okay to leave the channel and come back.
Burner accounts are accepted. So, any burner accounts.
As I found out the other day, Green Bean has 5 YouTube channels and waited to the very end, which I'm appreciative for, because we had an explosion of 27 subs on Thursday to get to 1,000. So if you have multiple channels, YouTube channels, maybe it's one for personal, maybe it's one for Jets, maybe you use another one, go get those. Click, change the accounts, go over, hit VR up. VR, the airwaves are yours. I am going to the bathroom one more time. If I get back, we're at 145. I will drop the link. If not, we will start to say our goodbyes. So, chat, It is up to you.
All right. There we go. So, one of the last things I wanted to point it out about the game, the preseason game number 2, was a question. I wanted to pose a question to the chat. And I want to see if you guys are seeing what I'm seeing with Robert Saleh in particular. My question to you is this. Why does Robert Saleh not go for it on 4th down in the preseason? Am I alone on this? Am I just not observing this right? Isn't the preseason when you kind of go a little bit out of your comfort zone? You want to, have your team go through scenarios where they are doing multiple and different things in, both the offense and the defense and the special teams. It's like kind of like a fire drill, right? You want to make sure that everyone is ready for any kind of scenario. One of the best people, as much as we hated him, Bill Belichick would, do every single scenario in his preseason games to be prepared, to have the team prepared for anything that would happen in the regular season. And he utilized the preseason to do it. I don't understand. We've had Robert Saleh as a head coach for multiple seasons at this point. And every single season in the preseason, I don't understand why he does not go for it multiple times on 4th down situations. Maybe I'm alone, but that's what I've observed.
You are not alone. All right.
Where's Addison when we need him? That's our song.
I have some news for you.
Breaking news?
Breaking news. We never doubted the chat. We only needed 4. And this rambunctious bunch of people said, you know what? 10 of us are going over. We got you to 151. We got 10 people who went over. I only needed 4. Now I don't know what we're going to do next week if everyone goes over and subscribes all at once. I need more moments. So that's it. We got to get more people watching next week. Here we go. Let's do some call-ins. Let's do some call-ins. You guys deserved it. You earned it.
Let's do it. and get my pillow.
If
Get comfortable.
Bobby pops in right now after not one comment in the chat in 2 hours and 24 minutes, he's not coming on air. There's no way. Not one comment. I know he went to bed early. He was going to take a nap. I'm teasing. I love Bobo.
He likes to talk, not type.
He's from New York.
Yeah, I mean. Did you see my picture that I posted on IG of the cannolis I had today?
I did.
That's a New York City thing, man. I just, woo.
Subscribe to Uncle DVR with 2 accounts, bring it to 149. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Robert.
Other people popped in. You guys will enjoy his content. I give you my word. Awesome. I would not promote it if I did not.
Awesome stuff. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I also think in terms of Salah, you go by the book in preseason, right? Just go through the motions, get the specials their work too. You know, you don't change it up and show your hand, so to say, right? Like you just manage the game as if it's a scrimmage. You just, all right, let's get these guys their work. You know, you're not looking for wins, losses. Sure, there's times where if you're on the edge of, you know, field goal range, let's go for it. 4th and 2, we went for it early on, right? And Martinez threw it low to Allen out in the flat. This should be fun. Whenever we bring in this fine, distinguished gentleman, you never know what you're going to see. You never know what's going to be behind him. No, did he?
No, did he?
Let's bring in Weed. Oh, it's not Weed the People, though. It's me, Sarah, Bobby, and Mike as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You're blocking Sarah. Bad positioning. What's up?
What's up, Weed? I think you're muted.
He spends so much time making pictures, he doesn't know how to turn his mic on.
It's on. It's on.
What's up, buddy?
Same shit, different day, you know? Just hanging out.
Good to see you, brother.
You too,
Franklin.
man.
Franklin, new name in the chat. Welcome. Yeah, you evaluate everybody, right? And you're also giving those guys tryouts. You know, our backup kicker, Seibert is going to be on an NFL roster. You know, this guy's getting opportunities to show his ability, and he's been money. So you just don't go for everything. You know, it's good to put points on the board, even if it's not touchdowns. But thank you. If you're new here, man, welcome. It's my first time seeing your name in the chat. Everybody, make Franklin feel welcome. Welcome to our proud family here.
Welcome, Franklin.
Welcome, Franklin.
Salute.
Enjoy. We have a lot of fun here. We talked football for a while, and you're popping in as we kind of get into more of the shenanigans here as we open it up to the callers. So enjoy your stay, sir. Thank you for being a part of the community. What's up, Weed? What'd you think of the game yesterday?
It was all right. I mean, any football is good football for me. I'm just happy that the season's just about to start.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't expect too much preseason, but I mean,
yeah, it was very uneventful, right?
Yeah, we'll see what happens next week. Do you know if any of our starters are playing next week?
I don't think we're going to know that until after the joint scrimmage with the Giants. And I think what you're going to see is if they look bad, they're going to get some work Saturday. If they look polished and they are precise and Rodgers to Wilson, they're driving and he's unstoppable and he's rolling out and he's hitting Brees in the flat and Conklin in the flat and then they're moving. Nice. Addison and the disco.
Addison. Nice. There you go.
Nice. Hope Addison's watching. Yeah, I think it's to be determined. If they look sharp in the joint scrimmage, why? If they're rusty and you're like, all right, listen, and if I'm the coach, I go up there and tell them, you guys want to take off Saturday? Take care of business in the joint scrimmage, and you're off Saturday. And now you're motivating your veterans to earn a day off, right? You got a very good veteran team here. Your young guys are elite players. Put it on them. You want the day off, earn it.
That's right, for sure. And I got an actual picture of Jake getting ready for last night. Who knew Jake Wax, you know?
Nice.
Yeah, I talked about that, Jake West.
I went nuts the first play of the game. He crashed down hard. He broke containment. He did it last week against Washington as well. If I'm the other team, I'm running a play like that until this idiot shows he can be disciplined in the defense and not. This is plays that drive me nuts as a defensive coordinator. I tell the guys, when you have a quarterback who can run and they give the ball and the runner's going away from you, you have quarterback containment. By the time that guy hits the hole and cuts back, if you take quarterback containment, you can always block. You can always drop down and make that tackle at the line of scrimmage. But when you bite hard on the running back, you're giving that quarterback the hole outside. I'm not a fan. He's very, very undisciplined. Yeah, Jake saying you nailed it. I don't know, man. Clemens just is out of. Every time I hear his name, I said it to you VR last night. Like, God damn, Nick's saying it again. Every time I see him or every time I hear his name, it's a negative play. It's something that is not done the right way.
No, I saw it this week, and I mentioned it. I don't know what's going on. He's taking too much time trying to hand fight the person in front of him, as opposed to paying attention to the play as it develops. So he's up there, playing patty cake, and the person is going by him, and he's playing on the inside. So I wouldn't call it like breaking contain, because there's other people out there that should be responsible for that outside sweep, whatever was happening on the outside. But he is going the wrong way, and that's just not a good look. So I saw it this week, definitely.
And I need to see something positive. And I'll say it again. I can't cut Leonard Taylor III or McKinley to keep Clemens on a roster spot.
That's my boy, Leonard Taylor III, man.
I'll put it this way. I would rather be going against Michael Clemens than have Michael Clemens on my team, because I know we're going to get a free play. We're going to get an easy first down. We're going to get a guy out of position. That's a guy that I want to go. Dude, you're year fucking 3. You're not the new kid on the block anymore. The gimmick is over with the no shirt and the bat. I need production. You have everyone building excuses for you like they did for Zach Wilson, because we had a little bit of a fascination. Zach was the MILF Slayer. Yes, that was my fantasy football team, Zach the MILF Slayer. We fell in love with the off-the-field shit, and we wanted the guy to be someone that we loved on the field. So we made fake fucking reasons to love Zach. Not all of us.
He did win a lot of people over with that MILF stuff.
Absolutely. I've named my fantasy team. But then you look at Clemens, shows up with no shirt, shows up with the bat, right? With the barbed wire. What are you doing on the field to be here? You don't deserve to be here.
He just looks mean. He's here to look mean.
As currently constructed, Tack McKinley's making this team, not Michael Clemens. As currently constructed, Leonard Taylor.
Are you finally there with me?
I'm not 100% there with you. I'm maybe about 75, 80% there, just based on this game. Really opened my eyes, because I don't know what he was doing there. And I don't know if they put him out of position and they put him in the rotation with the defensive lineman. I have no idea what they're trying to do with him, but it is not to fill the JFM role, because he cannot do that. He has shown that he is not gifted enough or understanding enough of that position to take that role. So if he's not an end and he's not a defensive lineman, then he's stuck in purgatory as a tweener, and based on the talent that we have on this team right now, I don't know if he has a spot, but not 100%.
Let me ask
75%.
if anyone in the chat, in terms of play, does he get sacks? No. Does he get tackles for losses? No. Does he contain the outside as an edge? No. Does he stay on sides in special teams? No. The only thing he does is negative. It's negative plays. And no respectable team would keep that bullshit. Why are we keeping it? When there's young, hungry guys. Like you said, it's 27. You're making young, stupid mistakes that 20-year-old rookies make. You get over aggressive and try to make a play because you don't have the discipline to stay true to the scheme and what's asked of you to do position. To quote Belichick, do your job. Don't try to crash down the line and do someone else's job and put your job at risk. Because now I fully believe his job's at risk. He has done nothing in this preseason to say he deserves to be an edge. He deserves to make this roster. There's other guys who got better discipline, better motors, better heart, better ability to beat the guy. Instead, he wants to fight everybody. Go fucking join the UFC with your badass look. You're not a disciplined football player. And I want discipline. He's the type of guy that will cost us a big game and a big moment because he'll fucking do a dumb play and commit a personal foul like the Cincinnati guy who hit Mahomes running out of bounds 2 years ago, gifting them a field goal to go to the Super Bowl. Like, that's what Michael Clemens will do. Get rid of the problem. He's a fucking
all about that
problem.
play.
Now, I will push back like I did last week when I said that Michael Clemens did have a play in the first game where he did tackle somebody for a loss. And that happened in the first quarter. So last game, in game one, he did a bonehead play and he did a good play. So he had a positive and a negative. And that's why I was pushing back last week. But this game, he had all negatives. I didn't see not one play where he had something positive. So doesn't look good for him at this point. If I'm gonna say Gibson is out of here because other players are playing better than him, I have to say the same thing about Clemens. And that's what I think about it at this point.
Agree.
We can't invest too much. We can't invest too much in a failing stock. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna put more money into Dogecoin and that NFT or whatever is failing. It's going down to less than 0.1%.
All right. Reddick is nothing right now because he's not there. I'm not on the side of give him $20 million. Incentivize it, guarantee the 14, and incentivize the rest. You play well, you get paid.
That makes more sense.
But Infrared, don't think he's a negative on the field. Reddick makes plays on the field.
On the field, he's a monster.
Not Infrared. I love you. But do not put Reddick's play and Michael Clemens' play in the same category. Do not.
No, Reddick is a superstar. Reddick is a superstar, and he is a force multiplier on this defense. That's the difference. What I would do with Reddick, is there a way that that both people, at least on the surface, you know what I mean? Like, where they both win contract wise. Can you do something where you give him the 25 million incentives, whatever the case may be, for this 1 year, and maybe do a second year where in the second year you can cut him, it's a non-guaranteed contract. If you could do something like that, both sides win, and then the optics of the situation look like maybe he won.
Weed, can you leave the room for a minute, or just leave the screen for a minute? For those of you looking at his screen, I sent him a picture of Chuck Zito and me meeting, and we photoshopped Bobby's head onto Chuck Zito punching me in the face for the greatest picture I've ever been in, excluding anything with my children. Can you show Sarah, who's here now, the new picture that she's in?
I think she's seen it already.
Has she?
Yeah, I debuted it on Bobby's live stream yesterday.
You debut everything else, right? You prick. You're gone. Goodbye.
I'll put it back up though.
But yeah, infrared. Do not put Reddick and Clemens.
That's no contest.
Clemens had more. Reddick had more sacks in 2 games than Clemens has had in 2 years. So let's not put them together in any way, shape, or form.
No, I think all he was saying was that he's coming in negative. Like the vibe that he's coming in with is already negative, and he hasn't even been on the team yet. So,
but not in the locker room.
No,
fans have feelings. Fans have emotion. When this gets rectified this week, they will open him. They will welcome him with open arms, and they will get to business because they know he improves the defense.
You think it'll get done this week?
There's not going to be any sour grapes. There's not going to be animosity. There's not going to be any tension. The entire league is about all of the brotherhood getting paid their value. He's not getting paid his value at $14 million.
No,
you can
no.
disagree.
That I could agree with.
The way that he went about it is wrong. Yes, 100%. You can disagree with the tactics him and his agency have taken. Yes, 100%. But don't think because we're upset about it, players get upset about it.
No, players will never go against their brothers.
The media wants to fucking get people uproared. The players don't get distracted. The players do their goddamn job. We had a veteran team. We have a very well-led locker room. Don't think
the
because
players,
we're weak-minded as fans, the players are as well.
The players will never go against their brothers and say anything publicly about what is going on when it comes to contracts, because they also are going to be in that situation one day, and they also want to get paid. I will say this, though. They will be ambivalent about a situation when you talk to them and ask them questions about how is this person being out affecting the team. What they will say is, oh, right now we're not thinking about that. When he comes, and that'll be the situation if it works itself out. But it's ambivalence, not like a total like yes. Go ahead and say it.
What did you say?
Go ahead and say it.
What did you say?
Right, Diddy.
Thank God Bobby's not here.
No Diddy. No Diddy. Yeah. So.
What is that? Sarah the kangaroo. He does it without saying anything and just waits for people to notice. That's the fucking best.
That's awesome. I love that one.
Sarah doesn't like it.
No, on the kangaroo?
No.
Why?
She said it's a bad picture of her.
Oh no.
Yeah, a typical woman thing to say.
That's part of the 4% here. If you're gonna use a picture of one of the 4% of the female audience here, I guess you have to use one that they like. Like, the guys are different. The guys, we're just laughing at ourselves because we're idiots. Women are like, oh no, I don't like the picture of my head on the kangaroo. I'm fine being on the kangaroo, but that's not the picture I would have chosen.
Right.
I mean, I didn't have a library of pictures of Sarah. That's Bobby's job.
Sarah,
I only do what I can screenshot.
Let me reply to this comment. Breaking news! You're too fucking late, sister. That's the entire purpose of this guy's screen name. And Bobby went to take a nap around 6:30. I hope he's sleeping well. Addison, I think, convinced him to take a nap earlier, and he did that 2.5-3 hour show yesterday.
Hey, John LG, they kick each other.
we saw it firsthand over the last couple months. When Bobby pushes those hours, he's not the same guy. When he was sleeping, he was doing an hour and a half show. Man, he's fucking energetic and exciting and funny and positive. When he overexerts himself, that's when his mood changes. And we all love Bobby. We want the best for Bobby.
Absolutely. Yeah. Stop doing 6-hour shows.
Bobby's good.
All right. If nobody else wants to call in, we'll start wrapping it up here in a few.
Yeah.
No, you got use your old bitches.
Spoken like weed the people right there. There you go. Awesome. Can we get a Jets chant for that one?
And then also we need
I've heard worse.
True.
That's what she said.
She did, in fact.
Do we have nobody? All right.
Bunch of bitches. Bonesy, get your ass in here.
Bonesy.
Harlan's saying a player cannot decide before the contract he signed has expired. He wants more money. He went about it all wrong. I agree with the second part. He has gone about it the wrong way, but I disagree with the first part. When you are a player and you have no guaranteed money, and this is a league where everyone is guaranteed money, I'm not showing up either. We saw what happened to Carl Lawson. We've seen many players this year across the league get season-ending injuries before practice or before we even got to one preseason game. I'm not showing up where if I get hurt, you cut me and I have absolutely nothing this year. You go from 14 million to 0 if you show up and you get hurt. So I totally get it that you want to get money on the books. So the first part I disagree with, but the second part, you're 100% right, Harlan. He's gone about it the wrong way. You should have shown up. You and your agent should have shown up with the briefcase, contracts, pen, said, let's sit down. None of us are leaving until we figure this out. But it is where it is now. And it got a little ugly last week with the trade request. And I just hope that I hope that kick-started negotiations. I hope that kick-started the conversations to get this done, because when you want to get something done as a player and you're holding out, what do, right? I unfollow everybody on social media or I demand a trade. Those are your only two plays when you're not there. You got to play it through the media to get people uproar to maybe get the team to make a move. And now you're also, Johnson is a guy who doesn't like the negative attention and will do anything to appease his fan base except give them good season ticket holder gifts. And now maybe Woody gets in Joe's ear and says, listen, we're going all in this year. I want this fucking guy here. Who cares what has to be done? Get him here, which Woody will do.
You have to understand it, the of the three major sports that we consider major sports, the NFL is the only one that does not guarantee contracts. Okay. Yeah. Guaranteed money. MLB guarantees money. The NBA guarantees money. The NFL does not guarantee money. There's very few and far between players that had fully guaranteed contracts. Kirk Cousins being one of them, and he was the first that had a fully guaranteed contract. And then, unfortunately, Deshaun Watson, which, when that whole situation happened, I believe that some collusion happened with the owners and said, you don't fuck up like this anymore. Yeah. Stupid owner. I don't even know why we gave you a team. Go run your freaking, gas stations.
Go play with your trains.
Go play with your trains.
Play with your train. Yeah, boy.
The only leverage that players have is to hold in, hold out, ask for a trade, I mean, what else can they do? You know, so by saying that they're, you know, oh, you know, they went about it the wrong way and stuff like that, you don't have many choices. And I support the players. It's millionaires against billionaires, and guess what? You know, even though they're millionaires, they're playing. They're going out there on the gridiron. As a former player, Nick, as a former player, you know, you put your body on the line out there. I did it for no money. Imagine going out there and, you know, having to dedicate your full life to it, and you're going out there and you're playing for it. You know what I'm saying? So,
not a single one of us is showing up to work if we get hurt on day one and lose $14 million. So let's not pretend like we wouldn't do the same thing. If we show up for, if I'm a custodian for Woodbridge Township, if I have a $14 million deal, non-guaranteed, and I show up to work and I get hurt on day one and they can cut me, I'm not showing up to work until we rework that.
No. Yeah. I barely show up to work as it is.
Well, you're too busy making all of these memes. God bless you. You're doing America a service. Weed, thank you so much. And have a good night, sir. It's always a pleasure to have you on.
Always great to see you, buddy.
Founder of the Old Lady Care Company. I just read the comment on the bottom. Let's bring in somebody that we got to hang out with last night. Let's bring in Rob, the Jet fan. What's up, buddy?
Hey guys, how's it going today?
Before we get going, I saw your apology on Jake's show this morning, and I accept it, man. Water under the bridge.
I'm sorry, bro. That was uncalled for what I did. I could tell that you were a little bothered, and rightfully so. Rightfully so.
You manned up and you apologized.
Oh,
no
yeah.
worries, man. I thought to myself this morning during my cup of coffee, I probably made people feel uncomfortable at moments when I was drinking. So I'm like, you know what? It just shows me a sign that I'm doing the right thing in my life because I'm not doing that anymore. And everyone drinks and everyone, you know, does and says things, and no harm, no foul, man. You had a great time. You're having a fun time. And
yeah.
No
you know
worries,
what it was for me, Nick? You know what it was for me, Nick? The reason why I even said that, I kind of felt, and it's not that I didn't sense that you were having a good time. Obviously, you were having a great time. But it's almost like you always associate drinking with a good time, and you're not letting your hair down unless if you drink and you party. And you're like, you know what? I love this guy, Nick. Like, you know, I want this guy to drink with me too and scream and yell and let's party together. And the booze spoke before the actual intelligence spoke. That's all I can say. And it was wrong.
And when I saw the apology today, I was like, okay, that's it.
I was 100%
no reason
wrong.
for me to say anything. And
let me ask you a question, Nick.
Shoot.
And how many times have we met, you and I?
Well, we were at the Talking Jets event,
right,
for the draft, but we were there, but we didn't really know of one another. I think it was our first time hanging.
Correct. What was the first thing that I did when I walked into Bonesy's store? What did I do to you? Do you remember? Yeah, I went in like that, and I gave you kind of like a football hug. And you know the reason why I did that, bro?
Good.
Because I really like your personality. I feel like even though I've never met you prior to that, I feel like I've known you for a long time, and I feel very comfortable with you. And that's the way I felt with VR when I met him at the pool.
Oh yeah, that's my boy.
No, I'm being honest, bro. I mean, ask VR. Me and VR clicked immediately. Me and him
immediately.
Because he's a genuine good person, and I sense the same thing about you. And
Roger.
So
No worries,
I felt really bad. I felt really bad that I said that to you. It was uncalled for. I'm not going to lie. It was definitely the booze talking. I was not thinking. I admit it. I was hammered. I was pretty hammered. I mean, thank God Dre walked me to the train station. I would have
any truth to the rumor that they're renaming the place Rob Squared after last night and the tab that you bought?
I bought so many freaking shots, dude. Oh my God. But apart from that, I had a ball. And I want to keep coming to these events. It was great. I love the connection you and Jake have now. I think that's awesome that you're talking in on Fridays. I love it. You add spice to his show. It's really good. Well, really.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Tell Jake.
Man.
If Jake's still
I will.
Jake.
Damn right
Jake,
I'll tell him. Jake,
Oh,
Nick,
I know you have no
show.
problem saying anything, Rob. I know you have no problem.
You know.
You don't have to be convinced to open up your mouth. I learned that.
All love, Nick. All love.
Absolutely, man. No
You're
worries.
a great
When
guy.
I saw that this morning, I was like, all right, situation.
I'm truly sorry.
was bad, but
You're a
they
good
happened.
dad, man, and you're showing a good
Thank
example to your son. You know,
Thank
your
you.
son
I
obviously
appreciate that.
really looks up to you. I see it. So
Thank you.
you're doing
I
right,
appreciate
man. You're doing right.
Yeah, he's a good
Thank you,
kid
man.
too.
Yeah. But I mean, again, wonderful time.
Did you enjoy the triple? Because I'll share. He offered to buy me a double, and I was like, no, I don't drink. He's like, come on, I'm like, no. And at the end, I was just like, I tell you what, take my double, you get a triple, and then for the next hour, I was like, oh, he got the triple. I see. He went. He went to the moon.
Yeah, I kind of went. I can drink when I want to. I don't drink like that all the time. I truly don't.
It's
I
fun to
probably
let loose. No harm, no foul, brother. I promise you.
I appreciate it, dude. You guys have a great night. Thanks for letting me come in and just clear the air, Nick.
Thanks for being
You know,
a stand-up
all
guy
the
and
love,
apologize. We live in a
Rob,
world.
you
where a lot
know,
of
I love you, man.
Oh,
you know, you my
know,
boy.
You know what time it is for you and I.
Absolutely. You know, I love
You're
you,
a good man. I wanted to
you're a
shout
good
out Dre again. Dre is a wonderful guy. The way he
Dre,
walked me to the train station. He's such a good dude.
He is.
That energy, like I've said earlier in the show, I don't know how long you've been here. And while we're talking, we're going to open up What Did We Learn? Start dropping your What Did We Learns. Look at me not having to be reminded. And he came in and and listen, I consider myself to have charisma. I consider myself to be someone who can like captivate like a crowd. Like
you do.
Ray walks in and I'm like, damn, I'm like, Dre, we're walking this street to go to the event, and he's just like fucking like, let's go.
Yeah.
We do it. Like, I'm like, holy shit, man. We got to bottle Dre's energy.
Yeah,
he's got
he
that
was like,
swag,
hold my
right?
beer.
He's a genuine guy. He's a genuine guy. He is.
Yep, absolutely.
I will say one thing, guys. I felt bad for when D-Man walked in because he looked like he was almost having a panic attack or something, and he was like on the corner there, and I truly felt bad. I made it a point of going there and spending like 10 minutes with him and even eating my pizza there and making him feel more comfortable. And I was even saying it to certain people like Bonesy. I go, Bonesy, he knows you. Why don't you go over there and stuff? I feel really bad, like, you know, he felt overwhelmed. He looked very overwhelmed. Is that just my perception?
No, I said this earlier. I said that, you know, like we are personas on YouTube and stuff like that. Some people, they know like how much they affect other people and how, you know, how popular they are, and other people don't know how popular they are. And when he came in and everybody started chanting and all that kind of stuff, I mean, that's very overwhelming for anyone, much less somebody that, you know what I'm saying, is not used to it. So he could have got very overwhelmed, and some people react a different way, you know. So that was my take.
I would have took bows if that was me, but
as different people react differently to stuff, you know. So.
It's different when people just write comments in the chat and people are rushing you to come say hi or take a picture. You know, some people will, you know, not everyone's Dre. Not everyone's me or you, Rob, right? Like, you know, some people are like, oh, this is a little too much for me. You know, it's easy to talk one-on-one to Jake with people in the chat. It's a lot different when you walk in the room and get like overwhelmed with
200 people start chanting V-Man and your name. You know, I mean, like that's overwhelming to anyone that is not used to it. You know?
I could tell. I felt bad. I truly felt bad for him. But I mean, overall, it was just love. But you know what I mean. But,
yeah, absolutely.
All right, Rob. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, bro. Pleasure hanging with you yesterday.
Again, my friend, I did not mean it with bad intentions. I swear.
Don't mention it again, man. Water under the bridge. We're good.
I felt awful about it. I truly did.
Don't worry, man. Totally forgiven. No worries at all.
As soon as that crap came out of my mouth and I saw your expression, I was like, oh boy, I fucked up.
Yep.
Stupid. I was like, stupid I was. I felt bad right at that moment. As drunk as I was, I felt bad. And
you are probably the only guy there last night who's bigger than me. So I'm going to be a pussy and talk shit after I remove you from the show. So don't worry about it.
I deserve it.
Have a good night, man. Thanks. I appreciate you.
Take care, guys.
Be good,
Take
buddy.
care, buddy.
There you go, guys. You got fight selective battles, man. I'm 45 years old, man. I'm not going mano a mano with a guy my size anymore or bigger than me. All right, what do we
What was
learn?
the fight? Andre the Giant against Hulk Hogan. You know.
Yeah, like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Johnny learned. I learned that Johnny loves Chachi. Johnny loves Chachi.
Johnny.
We did, John. We learned that Maryland was a great sport. She dealt with it. She was, like I said earlier, Modern Maryland is her Instagram page. Go check it out. She's met Mindy Kaling from The Office. And I saw her Instagram page last night. She's met some famous people doing this, and we got to. I got it. You know what I'm gonna do tonight? I'm gonna share the picture with me and her and my son and her, and tag her and see if she then shares it. Get some traction over to the Jet page. Sarah cool. Coming in. What did we learn today? Oh, that must mean it's almost DP time. Wait, I got to read that.
Okay, there you go.
What did we learn today? Oh, that must mean it's almost DP time. baby. What else? What did we learn, VR? What did we learn? I learned that Weed needs to take a better screenshot of me. All right. Oh, Sarah. We got someone's hanging out with Bobby too much. They're getting a little moody about their picture selection on Jet's YouTube and becoming famous. Calm your pickiness down, woman. Never attribute to malice that which is adequately explained by being overwhelmed. Who has that quote, Mo? I like that. I know that's not you. Here we go. John learned.
Michael Clemens.
Sarah needs to send Nick your headshots so that it does not happen again. Yes, Sarah, I need head to toe shots. Toe. God damn it. Now I got to fucking add this guy after I make the fucking toe comment. Motherfucker. Dang it. Hi, John. Of course, I say head to toe, and then you pop in.
That's terrific.
Oh, yeah. So happy toes to you.
Hey, awesome show, guys.
Holy shit, Sarah. All right.
Well, now it's even better.
Now, okay. Now the cattlefish in me is coming out, or the capplefish in me is coming out. That has to be a pay-per-view event on the Proud NYJ fan channel. I will set up whatever I need to set up, but you are not doing that for free to just pop on. That will be, we will market that. I will buy the outfit and we will talk. That if that's something that you want to do, we will definitely make that happen, and we'll make that happen. I just want to
shout out Uncle
right
with
here.
His over his right shoulder, the koala that he's had there the entire time.
I thought it was a hedgehog. I thought it was a hedgehog.
It's an owl.
Oh, tell.
Nice.
Hey, yo, Unc. And
Tom learned about Modern Maryland's Instagram and researched it very thoroughly twice already.
Hey, yo, Unc. Gio loves the little tiger you got him from the zoo.
Yes.
He sleeps with it every night. Like
are you
legit.
serious?
I swear, he sleeps with it every night in his room.
That
he
is
wanted
so
me to tell
awesome.
you that.
Oh, that is super awesome. I love to hear that. I also want to hear about the Batman pajamas that you got on right there, buddy.
Oh yeah, old school, man. Batusi, baby, Batusi.
Roger learned a lot tonight.
Nice.
That's good. Education is key.
I learned Nick pissed at least 4 times tonight.
So true.
You know what? I'll tell you why. I will tell you why. Because I fucked up and I had ice cream, and I had 2 Drake's apple pies. And when I say 2, I actually mean 4 of the 2 little Drake's pies today. I bought them at ShopRite. So I took my insulin early, and when I took my insulin before the show, and that usually makes me urinate after because it brings the sugar down. It flushes the body out. So,
Hey Nick, can I ask you? Well, can I ask Unc a question about you?
let me do 3 of these real quick.
Got
Scott learned that Sarah looks forward to DP. Yes, she does. Bobby's left nut said, Sarah told me tonight that she would rather play with Bobby's right nut. I'm devastated. Sarah, you have to give equal love. That's not right. That's not fair. We don't support this message. Knob Deep coming in at the buzzer tonight. What's up?
Knob.
Mo? Nick, that's Hanlon's razor, and it's actually never a tribute to malice, that which is adequately explained by stupidity. Damn you, Mo. Just when I compliment you, you pulling tricks on me. Why don't you go play with your trains? Yes, we're setting. John, pleasure meeting you and hanging with you yesterday. We're setting up a GoFundMe to bring her to Alden Shoes. Oh no, we do that. We're not doing it on a storefront window. We're doing that one in a sketchy hotel room on Route 1 in Woodbridge.
In Woodbridge on 1 and 9.
Yeah, one of the short stays where it's 4 hours.
That's funny.
Johnny is definitely straight shirt cocking it.
I'm telling you, got the old pajamas on.
Oh, that's
yo.
Henry did that. Sarah had Henry earlier in the Discord, and she picked him up on the counter in the bathroom, and he had the pajama top on, but no bottom, and she had to cover his little Australian manka. I'm like, Sarah, did you just put up little Willie? And she's like, oh, she was giggling and dropped him, and he ran away. So you never know what you're gonna see.
Unc, what about this? I heard there was a competitive game going on T-Squared where it involved Bonesy and Nick, and I heard it was going down. A football was involved in a big screen.
I figured out the quarterback game, and I was driving, and as I'm driving, the son of a bitch, Jake, throwing his little sponge football that he had,
little football,
throws that at the screen as I'm at the 4-yard line about to go in for the only touchdown that would have been scored in that game. And the screen registers that ball, and it's an interception. So as much as Jake hit me with that football when I was doing golf and I wasn't phased, he hit the screen with it and made an interception happen. And that flustered me. And so nobody scored in the football that I saw, but Jake did derail that, and I was a little upset by that. But I did throw I threw 44 miles an hour with the football, not trying to throw my hardest, but just putting some oomph on it. And I don't think anyone got near that. And then I had the furthest drive. So the 45-year-old cripple could still do athletic feats that involve not running.
So you beat Bonesy, is what I was trying to say.
I mean, I've had a good night.
So you're saying it wasn't even a game?
I mean, you'll be there for the opener. We'll throw the ball around. You'll see what's what.
But I'm talking about what happened yesterday.
I mean,
I'm not going to say it because it's like between them, and like I want to hear like them admit it to each other, so that like there's real beef going on or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So
beef is what happens in the streets.
I mean, Bonesy's pretty much said that he took the W. That's my understanding. So I came up here and asked.
All I'm saying is that hush on it,
Bonesy
and I will let them speak their truths.
Bonesy won. Bonesy was better at it than me.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday.
Yo, I cannot wait for the home opener, guys. It's going to be such a good time. You guys looked like you guys had an amazing time. The amounts of people were there. Was there anybody that you guys were pleasantly surprised meeting that you were like, oh, snap, I did not expect you to be this person?
There was so many people there. I enjoyed every one of them. There's so many people that I missed that,
Yeah, hold on. There you go, Johnny.
Bonesy.
Allegedly.
While VR, go ahead, finish answering that. Boomtown, the floor is yours, good sir. But
all I will say is that the new people that I hadn't met before or whatever, I mean, there were just so many good conversations going all around or whatever that you can't just pick just one person or whatever that really, everybody stood out. Everybody was on their A game. Everybody was really excited. It was a blast. It was a bunch of us, our family, together celebrating our dysfunction and our Jets and being all together as either as maniacs, shiners, whatever you want to call it, but all together as Jets fans. It was just truly a wonderful experience. And, shout out to Jake, man, for putting it together first time. He took a risk, just like anything. Who would have thought a preseason game number 2 at some place in the city would bring 300 people together to celebrate like we were winning a Super Bowl.
That's dope.
It was.
It makes you think that come January and February, how wild it would be.
Agreed.
The fire department would be there shutting that place down. You'd have to get there the night before and camp out to get in.
Oh, yeah.
But it's games that matter, and that's how much we had for a meaningless preseason game with no starters. I can only imagine what it would be like in a home field advantage game, or for those who can't get tickets to go to a home playoff game, like what the venues would be like. You see it in the news, right? When other teams go on a playoff run, there's places in the city that are just loaded. But we're doing something there, and the Jets are on a road playoff game. We call the news and say, "Hey, huge Jet party at this place. Come there." We obviously don't let Rob talk to them once he's had a few, because that could go bad. But see, I told you, Rob, I had to get one, Rob. If you're still watching, I had to get one. Now, I had that's my one shot, pun intended. That's my one shot.
The question I did want to ask was, did Dre show off the dance moves?
Yes, a little bit.
I didn't see that.
We didn't get a chance to get down, but there were a couple of songs that played where we both were like just opposite each other, just like doing the moves or whatever. But I mean, I need to see full tilt Dre doing like the energy that he had the whole night on a dance floor, like an actual dance floor. You know what I mean? Like
there were
I didn't see.
Couple times with VR and Dre. There was a couple times where the energy turned up and they just looked at each other and knew. And I felt like I was on my honeymoon and I made a bad turn into a wrong neighborhood. For those that don't know, I went to Puerto Rico for my honeymoon. So, but let's get into this. Boomtown dropped it. Here we go. Boomtown learned Addison is the administrator of DP. Nice. Nick Shine equals very huggable. Facts. Clancy is a big jerky head. You should have known that one, Boomtown. Oh, that. Nick would have rather no other person pop his cherry more than Bonesy. This is true. Bonus, if you weren't at T-Squared Social on Saturday, you missed out big time. Carly's cookies are good. Nick Shine equals the big fella? No question mark in this guy's mind. It's obvious. It's an exclamation point. 9 toes, always good for a 10-star reaction. Carly is a sniper. Yes. Double bonus. Nick with a world-class quote. The problem is getting someone up. Once he's up, you're good.
That's
Nice.
classic.
The
Yep.
DP is now carrying over to Nick's real life. V-Man has the temperament of a curmudgeon.
That's not
Triple
fair.
bonus. Boba Jet is no one's nuts. Great super chat. Thank you, Boba.
I love that. Yep.
Get better soon, Tommy. Amen. Prayers up for Tommy and that he commits to this. Zach Wilson is still gooch sweat. The sorority squat sounds far more interesting than what it actually means. Quadruple bonus. Ivan Drago. If he dies, he dies. VR. If he comes, he comes. You did say that. No mounting Sarah, fellas. Rob doesn't have to be convinced to open his mouth. John LG, and John, it's a pleasure hanging with you. Like I said, by looking at Johnny's face, that he hasn't slept a wink since the baby arrived.
Facts.
Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen.
The question is, what is sleep anymore?
Sleep is the cousin of death.
And before we end the show, I just want to say, if I respect you, I will allow you to say goodbye. So, VR, do you have?
Oh, that shit made me laugh. That was a good one. Hey, Nick, I want to say that I appreciate you and thank you so much for allowing me to be on your show. Uncle VR, thank you so much for being on the Sunday Shenanigans. You killed it as always. It's incredibly amazing on how well your takes are, and it just shows how much you really put into this. So I appreciate you. Nick, thank you again. You're the man. You guys have a good night.
Much like after Muhammad Atta boarded the plane on the morning of 9/11, we will never see Johnny again. Not on this channel. He is gone. There you go. Boom. There's a late what did we learn? VR, how much longer are you up here for?
I leave I gotta be at the airport around 3:30, 4 o'clock. Out of here by 6:30. Hopefully get to Florida by 9:30, 10 o'clock. And then I gotta work the next day. So yay me.
Is that PM or AM? You gotta leave at 3:30.
No, PM.
All right.
PM.
Well,
I'll have a little time to sleep. Thank you. I appreciate you.
It's a pleasure hanging with you yesterday. That was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. That your son was awesome too. You know what I mean? Like, I hope he had a good time and he enjoyed himself as well.
As soon as Tom got it. Well, let me be fair. When we got back to Penn Station, I had to listen. I take medication. Sometimes my stomach acts up. I knew I had to go when I was at T Squared. I tried twice before leaving. Nothing happened. As soon as we started walking, I go to Tom and Nick. So we had to walk the full mile. And then as soon as we got to Penn Station, I'm like, Nicky's got my Apple Pay on his phone for emergencies. I go get yourself 2 Krispy Kremes. Tom, watch Nick. I'm like, I'm going.
I'm going in.
That's it. Like, this has to leave the station before we leave the station. But Nick ate 2 donuts on the train, and then Tom gets off. He says goodbye to Tom. He left Secaucus. He was out before we hit Newark Airport.
Wow.
I'm like trying to get him up, like talking to him. Are we there? I'm like, no, but just go. Are you okay? He's like, there's a stop. Crash it. Like, he looked like the drunk guy on the train because he couldn't stay awake.
As long as you didn't have to carry him. That's like a toddler.
Yeah. I've done that when he was a little guy. Peter, thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
I learned that Nick Shine used to give lap dances in his past. Listen, that's one of the things in life that you are a lifer.
He learned that intimately yesterday.
Deep, tell Johnny to shut the fuck up and stop brown nosing.
What other kind of nose would he have?
I murdered 5 of my childhood friends on 9/11, and you hissy fit for a war story. Thanks. Roger. Number one, I'm sorry that you lost friends that day. I didn't hissy fit for a war story. This is just too much. It's always drawing attention in a negative way. All right, Roger. Sorry I upset you. I'm not going to attack you over it. I'm not going to call it a hissy fit. I'm just going to fucking man up and apologize. Google it. Maybe do the same thing next time. And if you don't like that, maybe don't come back to the show, brother. Done. I didn't hissy fit. Talking about getting help is not a war story. You want to clarify it instead of throwing out a fucking statement like that in the chat? Let's clarify it. I was talking about the steps that I took to recovery, and Hope and Tommy took I didn't talk about drinking. I didn't talk about going out. A war story is when you talk about and brag and do things like that with usage. I didn't mention that one fucking time, dude.
It's about positivity on this show, and it's about, you know, talking our truths.
I made a bad joke, VR? All right, I made a bad joke. My bad. I made a bad joke.
No. It's all no. It's all good. All I'm saying is that it's about positivity on the show, and we talk our truth sometimes. If that carries over our truth into something that you feel uncomfortable with, speak on it, and we'll just communicate and hash it out. That's all. If we say something that seems offensive to you, bring it up. We'll talk about it, and we'll apologize and be the better person about it if we need to do that too. You know what I'm saying? This is not about attacking anybody. This is not about, you know, like who's right, or, you know, I'm going to one up you with this comment, or, you know what I mean? It's not about that. It's just about having a good time. This is the Shenanigans. It's Sunday. We talk Jets. We have fun. We stay positive. And sometimes we talk about the real stuff and the real shit that happens to us and others. That's all.
Yeah. My bad for even.
No, you're good, man. You're good, bro.
I don't throw hissy fits. That's a childish thing to say to me. Listen, fuck it. Whatever. I'm not letting the fucking show get fucking derailed for 2 words. I will say fuck it. That's the 2 words that matter. Fuck it.
Can I bring an example up real quick? Rob just came up here and apologized to you. Why? Because he was a bigger man for recognizing what happened and knew that something happened, saw it in your face, and apologized for it because of your journey and where you're at, and him not realizing that. All right. All I'm saying is that, like, nobody's perfect here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We joke, we say stuff. This is real life, and we do things here. If you feel offended by it, either talk to us about it, or, you know, we never want to say don't come here and you know, and don't support us or anything like that. All we want to say is that we're a family. Every day can't be a, like, you know, it's gonna be perfect. We're gonna have our disagreements.
I make a lot of stupid jokes. Sorry, sometimes they're gonna. I apologize if I missed. My bad. Didn't mean to upset anyone. Boba Jet coming in with a super chat. Thank you, Boba, for the super chat, saying all jokes matter. That's all it was. It was an inappropriate joke. My bad. Meant no harm to anyone, to upset anyone, or to trigger anybody.
Absolutely.
My bad.
Absolutely.
Please forgive me.
No worries. And Roger, you know what I mean? Like, apologies. But you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's perfect. We do, you know, we talk about all kinds of things under the sun here. Shenanigans mean shenanigans sometimes. So,
all right, everybody. VR, thank you. Safe travels tomorrow.
Thank you, my brother.
See you soon.
Handsome devil, you. Why are you always at MetLife Stadium, though?
I really like the background, the color scheme with the beard. I feel the beard matches the seats. It's a little
that's kind of true. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, absolutely. Do you know we're kind of matching today? Like the Jets, the Jets. You know, the white with the green and the I like that.
Good look. I like it. And you know what?
Very
I have
uniform.
so many. Like, for those of you asking, if you're probably not, I know Matthew Smith will point out nobody fucking asked. I know, Matthew, fuck yourself. Don't even type it. I have so many green shirts, obviously being a Jet fan. I can't wear the green shirts with the green screen. So I'm starting to order more shirts that are white, light gray. I was recipient of a Jake shirt. I got a gray hoodie coming in from Jake. Like, I got to start getting more white and gray shirts, because when I wear green, I can't even wear the green hat. I have a green hat like this, and I can't wear it because the green screen, and it disappears. So I'm looking to make some advancements to the studio, and maybe changing it around. I want to get a TV, a little chair down here for the games. And I might move this and set it up in an area where the lighting might be a little bit better than it is over here. So there might be some changes coming around. October is my target for that. You know, take and maybe get a new computer and then put a little money into down here with the money that's coming in. So
yeah, no doubt.
But absolutely. All right, sir. Have a good night.
Enjoy. A great night.
And do me a favor.
Yeah.
When you cuddle with the owl later, don't make it awkward. Just no eye contact. Like me and Bonesy, no eye contact.
So no kissing, no tongue.
No, you don't want to get a fur ball. All right. Good night, pal. And to all of you who went over to subscribe to VR's channel,
thank you so much.
Enjoy. I apologize because Johnny will be there, so don't blame me. You're being forewarned. But good night, pal.
Have a good night. Everybody have a good night. Love you. Have a good night's sleep. Peace.
Peace. Oh, coming in? Bad joke. Oh, my God. Stop. Damn you, Boba. Can you at least message me on Instagram the answer? Please. I just want to make sure we never put it on air. And now that I'm commercialized, we do have to be... Oh, man, Boba, stop. Oh, Boba. Jesus Christ. This way I could say I put it on screen. It's on screen. It's off screen. Thank you for the super chats, Boba. You are a fucking asshole, and I love it. That was bad, Boba. But when you know it's bad is when Knob Deep loves it. Oh, man. All right. I tell you what, guys. If you want to do inappropriate jokes and inappropriate humor, let's not do it on the newly commercialized show. Let's head over to Discord, and then we can do inappropriate joke night. There we go. We're not doing this in here, and please don't super chat it. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night, and save the inappropriate comments for the non-monetized channels. These channels are under review, so this is a public service announcement to please not do those anymore on the channel. The Discord is no holds barred. The Discord is for those conversations that aren't on air worthy. And if you are a member of the channel, friend me on Discord. Is any one of you guys friends with John LG? Me and him are trying to become friends on Discord, and we can't. I'm looking for his name. If you are friends with John LG on Discord, help me out. We got to invite. I'll make you an admin for the group if you're friends with him, and then you can invite him in. For some reason, I can't get him there, and I can't get him to finish. There you go. Enjoy that. I'm Nick. VR was my co-host, my good friend. It was a pleasure hanging out with all you guys last night. It's a pleasure being a fan of a team that doesn't lose games. We are going to kick the ever-living crap out of teams this year, and we are going to celebrate it here day after day together as a family. Love you guys. Appreciate all the support. And as always, be loud, be proud, New York Jets fans. Have a good night. Go Jets.
Are you ready?
Who bets on the Jets? Have you not learned anything about betting? The Jets are gonna come back! No, they're not! They're never gonna come back! They're never gonna come back!
Long story short, the Jets are going to the Super Bowl. That's a promise.
Place your bets now, people!
Who do you want to win?
The goddamn Jets.
Hello? You play to win the game.
If Clancy, I hope you're still here. Screw you. He requested me. I got nothing. I requested him. He got nothing. I made you an admin in the group. Rectify that. Get him in there. You can add him to the group now. So stop being a wise ass, Clancy. Nobody likes a wise ass. This show is all about seriousness, and we will have none of the humor that you are trying to do here with your sarcasm and your high and mighty bullshit. Good night, everyone. Screw Clancy.